Can you guys hear my dogs?
Huh?
Boy, can you hear my dog?
I see your
No.
dog.
Okay, as long as you can't hear it.
Everyone smile for the thumbnail. Just kidding. It started when we recorded. I had a face like this.
That's crazy. Just
But,
confirming.
you can't pick your own YouTube thumbnail.
Just confirming. Can y'all hear the music? It's very low right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I heard a note.
Yeah.
Okay. I turned it up all the way. I'm going to keep it low for the time being, just because it is very soft music as a whole.
I can't hear a note currently,
That's fair.
unless no one is talking.
Yeah.
The second I hear someone speaking, it goes away.
That's okay. Worse things have happened. Well, been a little bit, but I am so happy that I finally, after all this time, get to ask you guys. Lake, are you ready to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Aidan, are you ready?
What's it mean to you, gay boy?
A lot, actually.
Then yes.
Great. Sid.
Yes. Yes.
Arielle, are you ready?
As ever.
Will, are you ready?
Yes.
Don't do it again. No, I remember last time. So, we've done a lot of. I've done a lot of intros like this, but we've talked about what happened last time. I feel like a whole recap of that necessarily is a little arbitrary. So I have a question for everyone. How does one tell a story like Elegy? My answer, that I'm going to offer, is simple. From the beginning. Our humble tale, 30 sessions ago, commenced at the heart of Comet Heights, a lively town nestled at the base of the American Olympus Mountains in Washington. Here, we met 6 teenagers enrolled at the Claudius Ptolemy School of Inspiration to learn the ins and outs of the arcane arts. Pallas Astrophel, a perfectly coiffed apex predator with their sights set on the title of Student Council President, guided closely by his mother, the mayor of Comet Heights. Syriie Neverward, a disgruntled athlete coping with academic pressures imposed by her wealthy, easily disappointed parents by sparring against her elders in a local underground fighting ring. Dakota Olympus, a local hero by Comet Heights standards at least, with a deep-rooted instinct to help anyone lacking the means to help themselves. Roselle Ciara and Enix Traughfle, longtime friends navigating the trials of clerical training and finding solidarity with one another as black sheep within their religious communities. And one Holly J. Nightsong, a newcomer to the School of Inspiration whose family moved to Comet Heights from the North Pole to escape a life's worth of baggage surrounding their previous line of work, let's call it. Though their backgrounds and interests couldn't be any more different, these 6 stalwart students found themselves in one another's unfamiliar company when magical anomalies, stirred by an ethereal aura encapsulated within the town known as the Arcane Mistral, began to intensify around Comet Heights, endangering the lives of its denizens. While seeking the knowledge necessary to brace themselves for the worsening conditions brought about the town by the Mistral, our hometown heroes unexpectedly landed at the heart of a town-wide conspiracy, one dating back to the village's founding centuries prior. One that seems to all lead back to Notos, or better known as Carnation, an amnesiac wildfire spirit once sealed somewhere in the Olympus Mountains that found new life, bonded to Roselle after being unintentionally freed. As our heroes dug deeper into the mystery, encountering volatile crystals imbued with a familiar sort of wild magic, altercations with the ambassadors of powerful archfey across the world and beyond, and the unusual mounting of fabricated anxieties surrounding the social climate of their school, one such student was thrust into a whirlwind of looming fear after a series of encounters with a mysterious woman from the Feywild who seemed to have taken an interest in them and their family, while another found himself embraced by his parents with an insurmountable responsibility over the town at large, one hidden in the folds of the history of his hometown that seemed destined to forever anchor him to his duties. Personal backgrounds came to light. Friendships bloomed and faded, battles were fought and narrowly won, and new strengths were cultivated, while existing ones came to be understood. All leading up to an intense encounter with Pallas's pursuant, soon discovered to be Celeste, an older sister the young Aasimar never thought could exist to begin with, much less live on, to enact revenge upon him and his family for what she endured in Pallas's place nearly 20 years ago. After an unwanted vacation to the Feywild, during which he learned the cold hard truth about his roots, Pallas learned exactly what he was meant to be in the grand scheme of Comet Heights. Not just the president of their school student council, but the inheritor of a vast family fortune, nestled within his aberrant magic. One that would come at the cost of peace and order over the town and the people living there. We find ourselves at a crossroad. Pallas knowing what he's meant to be, but not knowing exactly what path is meant to be taken in order to either accept or deny the fate that has been written out for him. Secrets that have yet to be divulged, truths that have yet to come to light, and the question of what is to come next as the winter solstice creeps further, or rather creeps closer and closer to the present. And that's what you missed on Glee. 5-minute monologue aside, we find ourselves back in the thick of it, here in Comet Heights. We're going to start with Roselle, as a deeply intense trance has just reached its conclusion. Images of the dream that, or whether you can really even call it a dream at this point, flashing through your head, the voices that you heard, talk of embodiments and experiments, and the name that was uttered by someone who took the shape but not the voice of Pallas. Notos. As you turn that name over in your head, you see morning light filtering through a curtain up against the wall of your bedroom. You glance aside. It's about like 6:30 in the morning. You hear the hubbub of your family getting ready for the morning. Your younger sister, your brother in the kitchen. As you hear from afar, "Is Roselle still asleep? Someone make sure that she gets up so she can get ready for school." Roselle, as
Hello.
you're sitting with everything that has just unfolded at the same time over the course of an evening, and yet feeling all at once, what is your first instinct?
Roselle's gonna check the alarm clock and see what time it is.
It's about 6:30 in the morning.
Okay. When do I usually leave for school?
You're asking me lore questions that I do not remember the answer to. I think
That's okay.
it is my belief that classes start at, like, I want to say 9.
Okay.
Late for high school, but yeah, you've got a little bit of time.
Okay. Roselle's gonna start getting up for the day, but as she gets up, she's gonna try to speak to Carnation in her mind, and I guess just see if he's still there.
What do you say as you sort of reach through the back of your mind towards your friend?
It's more of just a checking in. Are they there?
Rumbling from the recesses of somewhere within you. Of course I heard it. I heard all of it.
Does it mean anything to you?
Notos. That name. I cannot deny that it sounds... Against myself, it sounds right. In a way. I know it is not mine, and yet... That pang of familiarity, I cannot ignore it.
Yeah. So in the past, I've been doing a lot of research into just stuff around the town. Have I run into that name in any of the readings I've done?
Oh, yeah. You've run into that name in more than just your readings. Because there are 2 lakes in Comet Heights.
Yeah, the Lake Notos, Lake
Lake Notos and Lake Boreas. That you know that name quite well from just understanding the what is it? From just understanding your town's history, the geography, you never knew what the significance of the names were. At least from your research, I don't think. But can you give me a history check real quick?
I can do my best.
First roll back. Yeah.
It's me. Sorry, I'm using an online roller because I forgot my dice at home,
You're good.
and I'm very confused. Okay. That's gonna be a 15.
15. You remember that there was a moment. It was a while ago at this point. You were at school. It was kind of like an after-school thing, where Carnation very suddenly broke free from you and ran into the woods on the school grounds. And when you found them, they were standing at the edge of one of the lakes, uncertain as to what compelled them to go there, but knowing that it was calling to them in some way.
Do I have time to go to that lake before school today?
I would say if you're quick, if you hop on the ski lift a little earlier.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take my breakfast to go, and I'm gonna try to get to school as fast as possible.
Great. So you get your outfit on, get ready for the day, kind of speed run your way through the formalities with your family before you head out. You make your way to school somehow. I imagine like maybe Enix is your ride this time,
Yeah.
as you're driven / flown to the ski lift, and then kind of make that trip on your own. You get to, I would say you probably get to the school grounds at about like, given how far away are you, like 7:30?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go to Lake Notos and just have Carnation come out and see if anything pings. If there's anything interesting around.
Yeah. You sort of like sift your way through the forest a little bit. You now know how to get to the lake from here, so you kind of like make your way through your path. Try not to dirty yourself up too much as you're stomping through the mud until you part through the shrubs and you find yourself overlooking Lake Notos again. On the precipice of winter, it's starting to show signs of freezing over a little bit. This early in the morning, flecks of snow are beginning to litter the sky, falling all around you. The lake is not quite frozen yet, but winter is beginning to creep in on the ecosystem as a whole. When you arrive, you let Carnation out. That familiar inferno blasts in front of you, and Carnation, in their big, puffy, feline form, reemerges once again. Can you give me an insight check with advantage?
I would love to.
Yay! Hooray, even.
That's another 15.
Okay.
My disadvantage roll was a 1, by the way. That could have been bad.
Alright, so, so 15. Carnation's body language, you've come to equate to that of a cat's. It's the shape that they took at your request, and they were able to very quickly adapt to that very familiar sort of way of being. So you're very quick to notice when the hairs on Carnation's back begin to stand up. There's tension, not necessarily fear. You've seen fear from Carnation. You've seen territorial. You've seen him become territorial, but this is a sort of deep-seated, but not quite. This is a deep-seated apprehension, but one that you see they can't quite place as they sort of tiptoe around the edge of the lake, sitting on their hind legs, looking out.
What is it that you think is making you feel like uncomfortable? Is it uncomfortable that you feel? Was
Can you call it uncomfortable? I don't know if I know what comfortability feels like.
well, okay, pack it up. You know what I mean.
You, Carnation kind of tilts their head, kind of looks over their shoulder at you. I think I'm beginning to understand what it means to recognize something.
Just recognize. You just know that you know about it.
I suppose I've become too willing to walk this world under the shroud of not knowing. Ever since I've met you, it's as though everything has just seemed frighteningly new. And yet, I've been here before. Not just this town, this place. Roselle, you see they turn her, they kind of like shimmy, do a little cat shimmy around towards you. I fear whoever might have visited us last night. They're smarter than I am. You heard what they said. Don't play dumb. I don't think I have it in me to do so anymore.
To do what?
To deny myself this truth. That this is familiar. I cannot stand myself knowing that's still out of reach, that understanding. It's not just this place, it's that voice. I know that voice, Roselle. Better than I've known anything in my entire life.
Do you want me to keep looking into it? Or do you want me to stop?
If I can deny myself this no longer, then it's not fair for me to deny that to you either. Whether it's for my sake or for yours, you deserve to know.
Carnation, I want you to know that no matter what you were in the past, no matter what I learn, my opinions of you are based on what you are today. You are a series of decisions that you have made. And sure, you might not have that much agency. You are stuck in my body, I guess. But you still make choices. You could kill everybody if you wanted to, but you have decided not to. No matter what you did in the past, just deciding, you can decide to change. You have decided to change. So don't let whatever we learn change the way that you feel about yourself, because it won't change the way I feel about you.
Carnation slow blinks at you before you see they tread a little closer towards your feet.
Roselle picks them up.
It's not you that I'm worried about, Roselle. It's not the... I know that. I know that something has changed. I know that I have changed. I have hope that I have. But I fear.
Use that hope.
But I fear There's someone out there who wants me to change back. And I'm worried that that is the thing that I will not have control over.
Well, I'll be here to help you.
Someone who I was like, and someone who hasn't quite changed yet. I find comfort knowing that you will be at my side, Roselle, as you have so truly loyally over this time, but if the time comes, I believe there is a possibility that I won't be able to hold on. And I don't know if I can prevent it, but I need you to be ready.
I'll be ready for whatever you want me to be ready for. But I know what I want you to say in return is I want you to say that you're going to fight whatever forces of biological determinism that you think are going to hurt you. Whatever force you think is going to force you to do something wrong, you have a choice too. Everything is a choice.
And I hope when the time comes, you make the right choice too. Whatever that might be.
I don't want to hurt you.
And I don't believe you're going to.
And I don't believe you're going to hurt me either.
You have an extraordinary amount of faith in me, Roselle. I hope it can be trusted.
I have faith in us. And quite frankly, that is that. I will do what I have to, but it'll be a last resort because I think you are capable of so much more than you think you are.
Well, pot me to kettle, but... Roselle, and you feel Carnation's feline form as you're cradling them in your hands. You feel them begin to glow and heat up as suddenly you see their shape begins to change. And grow to the point where you can't quite hold them anymore.
I'll set them down as gently as possible.
You see that from their sort of like animal form, what become front legs for a moment become hunched shoulders. What used to be paws become jagged four-fingered claws. You see something that you haven't seen in a while, nor have you seen tangibly in the real world. You see a glimmer of a form that you once believed to be Carnation's true one.
Is it the dragon?
A little beastly, yes. A smaller version. One that, even with hunched shoulders, doesn't stand to be much taller than like maybe like Pallas. But you see, they don't remain in this form for long. But they do so long enough to reach out their arms and take you into their embrace. You feel warmth all around you, this indelible fire that Carnation has always emitted, but wrapped in that warmth, you hear one thing reverberate in your mind. Thank you for believing in me. As suddenly Carnation is gone, back within the recesses of wherever they may lie within you.
Okay. Well, I'm just just gonna do one last check. If there anything like visibly interesting about the lake.
Give me a nature check real quick.
The druid is giving a nature check. 21.
You gaze into the rippling surface of the lake as glittering specks of snowfall are raining down upon you. And as you gaze into your reflection, your eyes are drawn to the snow around you. Not around you, but around your reflection. You do not see snow falling around you. Glowing particles of colors that are never the same between two snowflakes. Each one unique in their own way, but like the sawdust of some great big magical crystal all around you. The lake is reflecting a scene that is quite unlike the one that you are standing amidst right now. And you know what snow has always meant to this town? In a lot of ways. The way that the temperature, the climate has always been temperamental, and snow represents a new change in the way that this town feels, and yet what it has represented before in the town's history as well. That's where your mind lingers, I think, as you're taking in this scene, one conjured by the mistral around you.
Roselle's gonna try to throw a rock into the lake and see if it, like, the vision changes at all.
You pick up a stone, one no larger than like the size of your hand, and hurl it into your reflection. And for a moment, the pale gray sky reflected, circled with trees, and your reflection in the lake flashes deep, murky purple.
Cool. She's gonna stick her hand into the water and, like, see if anything happens.
This sort of similar effect as you dip your hand into the water, let your fingers glide across the surface. As you sift water aside, where your hand moves, you see the grays and the greens of your reflection fade into the same purple, fading almost as soon as it appears to you.
Okay. It's just purple, not like periwinkle.
It's dark,
Okay.
but it's a shade of it's a shade of purple.
And there's nothing I can, like, grab in the lake.
It's a little deep. You might have to like jump into the lake, which
No, not right now.
yeah, it's winter. You don't see anything in the lake itself that could like really attract your attention more than like stones and like little bits of plant and like coins, but
Okay. Do you have any spells that can help with this right now? Guess I'm just gonna head back to the school and put a pin in that.
with that, Roselle, you turn around and you begin your long march back to school. I really love being in a Zoom chat full of graduated college students and being like, let's go to school. This part of the game hit a lot different when we were actually actively all college students. Good lord. Give me one moment, y'all. We are going to cut to everyone else. Very briefly, please don't give me an ad.
498.
Damn it.
499,
Why is the rock on my screen?
You're gonna use his government name?
The Rock? So, we are going to do a little check-in with each of our other PCs as before they leave, because I know there are some things that people would like to do before we set off. Let's start with Dakota, our closest the closest of our snowbound students here amongst the party. Dakota, as your morning routine, you pry yourself awake, haul yourself out of bed, get York off your bed before you can because he is crushing you. Is there anything that you're particularly interested in doing before you head off? As you're at breakfast, your parents are sort of talking more through you than at you or to you at this point in the morning.
No, I think it's gonna be a total normal day at school. I'm doing air quotes, for Dakota. I think a little bit. Yeah.
Great. So, you head off. You don't say anything to your parents as you leave, or?
Not today, I don't think.
Interesting. Anyway, Dakota, you turn tail. You hear your dad calling after you. Hey, kiddo, have a good day. Be careful, all right?
Yeah, okay.
And Dakota, as you squeeze yourself into your clown car, I want to check in with you real quick. How is Dakota doing? It's been a very long weekend. A lot has happened. Lot on their mind. Tell me, what's he thinking?
Yeah. Dakota's thinking about ways to prepare for, I don't know. Something's gonna happen again on the solstice, but he's not quite sure what. Doesn't really feel comfortable talking about it with his parents quite yet until he has the full picture of the stakes that is happening. Dakota for sure wants to get everyone together and talk about plans more, I think, is Dakota's main goal. So he's definitely going to drop, a chat and pizza time. Just saying, what's he saying?
Bring back the group chat!
The group chat.
Everyone, get out your phones! It is time to do the part of the roleplay that no spectators can take part in. We don't have spectators right now, but that's besides the point.
Dakota will say something along the lines of like, "Are we meeting up tonight?" ?
Does anyone text back? Assuming that people are awake, does Dakota receive any texts back?
I think if there's a Pallas response pretty promptly. I think Pallas is pretty active in terms of being aware of the plan or plans happening.
Yeah. Do we want to? Oh, sorry. You finish.
Name a safe space, and I'm okay with it. Psychics are known for our prying eyes.
I was going to ask, instead of role-playing this, do we want to take to the actual group chat, or do we want to refrain?
What time do you send this text at?
Probably like as school is kind of starting. Probably, I imagine.
A nice, confident, like 8:30, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not typing stuff because I'm not very good at typing.
That's fair.
Well, some of us have disabilities.
That's why I asked.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go throw myself into a lake to atone.
Can y'all stop talking about Lake like a bunch of fucking weirdos, please? God, we've been away for. We've only been away for 9
Make
months.
myself feel better about being ableist.
Anyway, does anyone else respond to Dakota from there?
Yeah, Holly says, sounds good.
Roselle sends a thumbs up emoji.
What does Syriie do, Arielle? That's so true. As far as other responses go, I think the only other person that immediately responds, you see a thumbs up emoji from Laz. You also see that Ezra likes the message. From there, it's more or less everyone else either doesn't see it or leaves it unread. Dakota, as you are kind of a little occupied looking at these looking at these messages, can you give me a perception check, if you will?
Yes. Let's flip and go. What do I have for that? Do I have anything for this? No. Okay. Perception, here it comes. My dice fell off my desk. Trying again. I got a 14.
14. Dakota, you're kind of in that sort of like teenage haze of looking at your phone, just kind of, it's too early in the morning for this shit, but you're doing it anyway. As you set it aside, as you go to try and, start your car, actually head out towards the school, you almost think you see some movement in the trees near your house. Your eyes flick in that direction and you don't see anything after that. You could have sworn.
Someone there? Dakota. Do I run into the woods?
Everyone be running into the woods today.
Everyone be running into the woods today, indeed. What kind of noise was it, though?
You didn't hear a noise.
Like
You thought you saw something.
I saw something? Okay.
Yeah, you saw something move. You couldn't quite catch it because you weren't looking quite at it.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll take a quick peek. Maybe, if anything.
Great. I'm going to ask you to give me an investigation check.
Slay.
I'm going to also ask you to make me a stealth check.
So, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
It'd
I'm
be
so great at those.
awesome.
I'm actually so great at those. Fun fact. Stealth check first.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I got a 10.
Okay.
However, I have disadvantage.
Right.
I got a 17 for my other one.
Okay, so you get a 10 for stealth.
So I get a 10.
Give me that investigation.
Okay, here we go. Here it comes. This sucks, everybody. All right. I got a 16.
Great. You get out of your car, sort of lumber over to where you thought you saw something. You peek into the woods a little bit. It's a little too early in the morning for you to really see through the light. It's kind of hard to discern. You can't shake the feeling that someone is staring back at you in the darkness, but that feeling goes away after just a minute.
Okay.
As you sort of blink, almost trying to wait, am I saying that correctly? You hear from behind you, "Hey Dakota, no dilly-dallying, you gotta go to school, come on!" As your dad calls out from your house.
Yeah, all good.
You alright, bud?
Yeah, I'm totally fine. Yep, I just thought that stump looked really cool.
Alright, son, well, have a good day at school.
Yep, I will.
Head back to your car, try not to cry. No, yeah, the thought of what just happened lingers with you for a moment as you head off to school. We're going to cut very quickly to Holly. Holly, is there anything that you want to do before you head off to school? As you do see the text from Dakota.
What day is it?
It's Monday. It is December 12th.
Okay. So I wake up like
Wake up in
really
the morning.
excited. Yeah. Um, and I know that today is like another day that I have to get a present for my friends done, like because I want to get all this stuff done by Christmas. But I'm much more excited this time because it's a lot more fun to make it for your friends than for random strangers. So,
This is true.
yeah,
You're so empathetic.
can confirm.
So, are you gonna like try and work on something before you head out?
Yeah, I am. So I am gonna work on something for, let's see, I'm gonna do, can I roll a D6 just to
Go for
figure
it.
out?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna text, if it would be okay if I text Tommy what, or if I text you what I, and
We'll be
then,
so mad if you do that.
okay. So,
Ugh.
oh wait, I didn't assign anyone numbers. Okay, that's good. So
Brother.
just say Arielle because that's the way it is on my screen. So, okay, so I make Arielle something.
The real life person, Arielle.
I make Syriie something.
Lovely. Okay. You can think about that for a second. Text it to me when you know what you want to get. Arielle Weinberger, the real life person. But as you muse on that, give me a little check-in. How is after everything that's gone down? How is Holly doing? What are they thinking?
Ah,
Fair.
that is how they feel, but it's okay. Sort of like kind of Noelle like just had the conversation with Holly, right? So Holly's a little wrapped up by that this morning. And sort of the knowing of, oh fuck, I have to talk to my parents, or at the very least, if not maybe even a therapist. So you know,
These children need therapy. I'm sorry that I was the one to put them through it. However,
they do. But very much like this is like, you know, this is Pine Dog? Like that.
yeah, everything burning down around you. That sounds about right. Aside from working on that gift, was there anything that you wanted to do before school started? Either at your house or on the school grounds?
God, I'm trying to remember if there was anything I was in the middle of last time. Yeah. So I haven't. So I go downstairs and I see or you tell me what I see. I don't know. Sorry.
You walk downstairs. Your house is always pretty lively in the morning. You woke up this morning not to like natural daylight or like the sounds of like birds outside of your window. No, you woke up to the very distant sound of "I'm coming on over for Christmas," as your one of your parents' favorite songs, which as you're getting closer, you know it's kind of a foregone conclusion at this point.
Yep. Hey. Good morning.
Hold on. As sorry, I did just. God. Bardcore, All I Want for Christmas Is You was not hard to find, fun fact. As you walk downstairs, your parents are like, "Good morning, honey." Alexa, like, gets the music to turn down. as you head downstairs. Noelle has full headphones on. You can see that they're halfway through a bowl of cereal, locked in. You see a script is in front of them, and they're like folding through the pages, like reading all the lines and stuff.
Out of character, I just checked my nearest Alexas to see if they turned on.
Yo, my bad.
But so so sit down. Hey, how's script stuff going? How's script stuff going?
We open in 4 days. How do you think it's going? As they put their headphones back on.
Need coffee?
You see that they're holding, like, in a shaking hand, they are holding a mug that is, like, filled to the brim.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
Hey, sweetheart, what's going on?
After school, I think I'm gonna be going and hanging out with people, and then I think we should talk about something.
You see your parents immediately exchange a look between each other, before their gaze returns to you. Yeah, sweetie, we can talk. Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. There's everything's fine.
You're
all a deception.
No need. You see a flicker of fear in your dad's eyes, as, all right, sweetie. Well, listen, if you want to wait until after school, that's absolutely all right. We just want to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's fine. There's just some situations going on, but it'll be okay.
You kids in your situations, always getting into them. Noelle kind of side eyes you a little bit at the table before just kind of giving a nod and returning to their script. Right. Well, yeah, that we can absolutely do that, sweetie. Yes, of course. It's not anything urgent. It's not anything urgent, is it?
No. No. No one's probably gonna die. It's.
You have such a colorful imagination, sweetie. As breakfast with your family continues with a little bit of, like, innocent parent terror, but otherwise, more or less uneventful until you get a boop on your phone as you're leaving. You see it's a text from Pascal.
Oh, what does it say?
You see it says, "Hey, not sure if you're up or not. You down to get lunch later?"
Yeah, definitely.
You see they send a cool :3 as you head off to school. So, is Arielle Weinberger in the building? Because if not, we will jump to Pallas.
I'm here. Hi.
Real. In that case, you okay, Arielle?
Motherfucker. Hold, please.
We can do Pallas first. Puppy! So, Pallas, is it an uneasy sleep that you wake up from? Or any sleep at all, really? You are muted.
I'm aware. Oh, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's uneasy. I think the Ring of Mind shielding has given Pallas a lot more security. However, that's never enough. However, there's a role to be played. There is a game being played. And there are serious consequences. And Pallas is anything. He is logical and good at playing games. So I think he wakes up and he goes into his wardrobe, pulls out a beautiful new suit that his mom ordered for him when he won the election. Beautiful custom, of course, deep periwinkle suit with Pallas embroidered in gold script on the breast pocket. And on the inner lining of the jacket, in the same spot, Apex. He puts on a beautiful high-collared white shirt, pressed to perfection, a periwinkle ascot embroidered with stars, his grandmother's brooch, and he looks exactly the part. Like Pallas in the beginning of the campaign, but even further leaned into the Astrophel. I collect my things, take a deep breath, and then I have to walk down the steps.
You do all the work that you can to look the part, and you head downstairs. You smell something delicious being conjured in the kitchen right now, as one of your mothers is hard at work as always. You see she is very happy to be back to making breakfast for you after all this time. Pandora is sitting at the very ornate island in your kitchen, sipping what looks like a fantasy Dunkin' Donuts latte, reading the news.
She drinks Starbucks, let's be completely honest about that.
Fair enough. Pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
They have it in winter in Common Heights. They got everything here. Is that a thing, Sid? Wait, I didn't know that. Hello?
There's no Dunkin' on the West Coast.
It's true.
No,
It's
there's
true.
some in California, I think.
It's barely there.
That is news to me. I did not.
It's
Also,
very
a
much-
pumpkin spice latte? What season are we in,
I
Tommy?
just made a joke about it. Also, sorry.
What the
I was listening. I was just watching Ariel's little beast in the background.
The monster, and I love him.
Go crazy. Go stupid.
Beast is so good. We like the Beast.
Without looking up from where her eyes are wandering, you hear your mother just say, "Sleep well, Starlight."
Of course, it's good to be home.
You see Celine gives you a kiss on the cheek, passes you a plate.
Thank you, Mother.
So, Pallas, you look well. You look like someone on a mission. What are you anticipating for your first day back?
I'm planning on having coffee with Frostfeather to reacclimate myself at the school and assure her that I'll be returning to my role as president. To guarantee that I'll make up any missed work within the next 2 weeks. Seems like a just amount of time given how ahead I am in sorcery class.
I'll be happy to have that conversation with Amaryllis if you would like, darling. I understand that you are quite a busy figure here at the School of Inspiration.
I don't mind. Part of me wants to do it.
Is that
Take
so?
my power back and all that.
A single eyebrow lifts before her eyes return to her newspaper. So, Pallas, darling, I know we have not had quite the time to really discuss it. I was wondering if you had anything on your mind as far as what you wanted for your birthday. Obviously, your mother and I, we have quite a litany of things in mind, but we wanted to at least consult you first, now that you're back.
Well, I haven't really thought about it. I guess I do have some college essentials I might need, and I'm gonna mentally connect to Pandora if she'll let me.
To let you in.
This could be a conversation we have later, without Mama, of course. A couple more relevant items could be of service.
Pandora's eyes flick back up towards you. Celine, honey, would you mind giving Pallas and I some privacy for just a moment? Celine kind of just blinks, looks at the two of you. Yes, of course. Is everything? Everything's all right. I'll fill you in later.
Of course.
Yes, Celine. Of course. Well, if I don't see you, honey, have a wonderful first day back. Kiss you on the forehead.
Love you, Mama.
She squeezes Pandora's shoulder very briefly before she leaves just the two of you sitting at the island. We have time. Let's talk.
Wonderful. It would seem we have some important work to do together, Mother. If we all want things to go well. And I imagine we'll have our fair share of adversity. And this ritual I hear about won't be as easy as stepping into my power. So I want all the tools to do it with the efficiency as expected of Astrophels.
It does cost a bit of mental duress, but it's nothing that you've never handled before, darling. What is it that you wish?
There are certain items that I am aware of that can boost the sorcerer's abilities of casters. Certain protection wards, certain battlefield enhancements. Could be of service.
I'll be concerned if you needed any battlefield enhancements, darling. I would hope that you're not getting into any more trouble than you already have with your posse of friends over these last few months.
A bit of combat is good for kids my age. Don't you agree, Mother? And besides, I can handle myself. However, this is mental. I think we both know what we must do. It will not be popular. And if anything goes wrong, we should need to defend ourselves. After all, the Astrophels, guaranteed for great things as we are, need to be able to take what is ours by force, if necessary. And while I am naturally endowed in these elements, I think relying on a few bits and bobbles will not hurt us, will it?
Hey, Aidan. Do I have... I'm going to make an insight check.
Mhm.
I'm not saying this is necessarily deception, but...
Yeah.
And
I know. You can tell me what I got?
oh, if you want to roll, yeah.
Oh, I rolled, but you tell me what you got first.
But I'm the DM. Do I have to tell you? No. Pandora rolled a 23.
Great. I rolled a 20. Math in my head is hard. 24. Because 16 plus 8. Deception.
Pandora spends an uncomfortable silence sort of taking you in, Pallas.
And Pallas never breaks eye contact. He was trained by Pandora. He understands.
Pallas, give me an insight check.
14.
You don't imagine that your mother is pleased
No.
in this particular moment. To be questioned, to be kind of pushed back against. And yet she is eating it up. As she smiles, I will see what I can do. Protective wards I will be more than happy to enhance should you feel it be necessary. As far as your offensive capabilities, I will look into what could be appropriate for a caster your age. I hope you understand, darling. I am in the business of hoping to
Think
ensure
not my
that you...
age.
Well,
Think my ability.
darling, it's not a question of your ability. However, it has been a very, very stressful couple of months for you and for myself and for your mother.
Of course.
We do not seek for you to suffer any more than you already have. And we would like to prevent that moving forward. And if that means we can keep you out of trouble, if only for a few more days.
We shall talk. I have to be late for my meeting after all. And plus, I want to make sure Rizzy sees me as I walk in. So timing is of the essence.
Oh, you have to tell me what that girl says when you come back, when you walk back in those doors.
Oh, trust me, I already have 5 people ready to film it.
Ooh, that's perfect.
I learned from the best, didn't I?
Pandora sets her newspaper down, folds it up. I fear you did. Have a wonderful day at school, Starlight.
Always, Mama.
She returns to her paper.
I do eat breakfast because I think I miss my mom's cooking. But I eat a quick breakfast and then I go literally.
Pallas, you wrap up breakfast, grab your bag, give Pluto a little scratch for good luck, and
Pluto, who's real?
who's real? We are committing to this bit.
Real.
And Pallas, as you set off, we are going to zoom out one last time before the school day starts to the Neverward tree. Syriie.
Hi.
Hey, Pookie. As you, what time are you up, do you think?
As late as possible for the girl who lives the farthest away from school.
Great, so you're up at 8, by the time Azila is knocking on your door. Syriie, if I'm gonna have to kill you if Dad doesn't do it himself. Come on.
Fuck off.
I'll fuck off if you get out of bed. How about that?
Fine.
As they are keeping the newspaper industry afloat, so real. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Arielle's character. Little check-in. How is Syriie doing?
Little stressed, but when is she not?
True.
Yet I feel like Pallas has like 3 missed calls at this point.
If Pallas, if you want to call Syriie back before school.
I would absolutely do that. I think it was just a matter of, I know I had 3 missed calls on my phone.
Yeah, you can, if you want to play that out, you guys have the floor.
You won't believe what the fuck happened last night.
Let me guess, your father was an asshole, or was it your mother who was the asshole this time?
No, it was my father, but it was about you specifically. Our parents are talking.
Oh. Deafening silence for like a solid 40 seconds, and then... Of course they are.
Apparently.
Just what we needed.
Apparently. Get this. Shocking, I know. I'm a bad influence.
Well, you are.
Well, yeah, but they don't need to... Fuck off. They don't need to butt in.
They do not.
So I'm supposed to avoid you for, like, a bit.
Interesting and annoying.
Yeah,
Well.
so obviously I immediately called you, but I have a feeling you were asleep.
As best I could be.
Yeah.
Well, I really do not care I do not care what my mother thinks at the moment.
Oh no, I wasn't going to. I just figured you need to know. I wasn't actually.
Yeah, I appreciate this, and I will.
I mean, like we can pretend we're not hanging
I
out.
do
but...
wonder why.
Is
it
definitely
because
a question.
You're wilder, or making me soft?
No fucking clue. Just thought it was weird to come up now, because like I've definitely done more shady shit that would have.
I've also been gone for a month.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I mean, I was there, but it wasn't my fault.
No, absolutely not. This is good to know. I don't know how how we can investigate their connection further. Because
we got to keep an eye on.
Okay. You keep an eye on the Neverwards, I'll keep an eye on the Astrophel as best I can.
Gross, but okay.
I have a lot of eyes, I'm pretty good at it, but this concerns me, given our parents' expertises and objectives. Do you think Azila would know about it?
I'm gonna ask.
I don't want to give her that much material to work with.
She's been decent.
Trust your judgment. If not, I am a proficient mind reader. So mayhaps, worst comes to worst, we can figure out more that way. After all, I figured...
It's not like you can come over when we're supposed to be not hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, we could always hand it to other people's houses.
Climbing the tree didn't work last time. It
I
didn't
can fly.
Well. As far as I remember, it didn't go well.
True. Regardless, we'll find ways around this.
Of course.
And I know there's something deeper here, as there always seems to be. So, I'll do my research, you do yours, as always.
Ah, yes, what I'm good at.
I think you're quite... You should give yourself more credit, darling. Anyway, I gotta go put on my performance.
Good luck.
See you at school. Oh, also record Rizzy's reaction when I show up. Hang up.
I was muted. Syriie, you wrap up this phone call. You head down to breakfast. It's a pretty subdued affair. Danique already went to work. Azila is basically 1 foot out the door already, so it's really just you, your parents, and kind of Danique, not Danique, kind of Azila floating in the background. It's mostly just your parents talking to each other and their other daughter. Though at one point, as you're just about to finish heading out, you hear your mother go, "By the way, Syriie, I just wanted to know how your studies were unfolding these past couple of weeks. I know we have not quite touched base with the progress that you have been making, I hope."
Oh, yeah, no, I've been making a ton of progress. No, in terms of the classes that I am taking, beat the shit out of Dakota the other day, and that was great.
Adminor looks up from his phone. "You watch your language, young lady."
So anyway... Yeah, no, my studies are going very well.
Syriie, I'm talking, of course, about your arcane studies courses. How are those coming along? Is that it?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Last time I tried to take the book out of my backpack, it ended up back in my backpack. So that's some progress. I have the book.
Right, I'm sure you do. And Adminor begins to go off on a tangent. "Now you listen here, young lady." Adminor, are you trying, Syriie? Answer me honestly.
I feel like I've tried a decent amount. I did find something I'm pretty fucking good at.
Your mom, Yashari, squeezes Adminor's arm to keep him from saying anything about your language again. So long as the effort is being put in, that is all. If things do not progress any further at the end of this semester, we will discuss what we can do moving forward, yes?
Sure. It looks like I'm gonna be at least 15 minutes late at this point. So, maybe y'all should let me go.
Okay.
grabs a protein bar and just walks out the front door.
Can you give me an insight check before you leave?
Oh, I forgot. Frieza has no wisdom.
I was gonna say you are a monk.
I am not used to having wisdom at this point. Oh boy, a whopping 19.
Ooh. When Yashari mentioned other options, Abinor is a really good actor until he isn't. You see that he looked a little appalled because you don't think other options mean stuff related to the school. I'll leave it at that. As you step outside the tree, you think you almost hear a little bit of a couple of raised voices from your parents towards one another as you leave.
Good to know. And I don't know. I'm sneaky. I'm just gonna head around to the window and just take a listen.
Give me a stealth check.
Nat 20 or 28.
Fuck!
I'm invisible.
Truly invisible somehow at 8 in the morning. The haze of the early day shrouding you somehow. On a nat 20, I'm not even going to have you roll for perception. I'm going to say you hear it and then some. You hear Yashari say, Adminor, with all due respect, if she is not going to be making any progress in class, we have to do something. And Adminor goes, we are not considering this option. Simply put, this is not a discussion. It was one thing for myself. We are not going to do that to her. We are not going to give that to her. If we are treating this like a privilege, then you look me in the eye and tell me that your daughter has earned that privilege. If it's results that you want, Adminor, then it's in your hands. That's all I'm going to say. If it's in my hands, then I'll keep them in my pockets. Simple as that. You peek in the window and you see Azila is standing a little stunned in the kitchen, turns away, goes back to whatever she was doing.
Syriie makes mental note of that. Just everything that she just heard. And adds it to her growing list of things to be concerned about.
Of course.
And makes her way to school.
And with that, it is 8:38. Do you guys want to call a quick break? Bathroom, great. Let's be back and ready to go at, do you want to say 8:48? Let's give it a 10. Yahoo! All right, I'll be back.
Thank you.
Chip. Gay person on my phone! Guys, is he gone? Okay. Anyway. I did.
Water.
Not true. I love how every time I'm going to be like, this is probably going to be a shorter session. Me when I lie. That's not happening.
No, we're probably gonna go to 11, you think?
We'll see. I got a couple things that I want to do. A couple of beats that I want to hit. We will see. I had some stuff that I wanted to do with Enix, but that's probably obviously not going to happen tonight.
Oh, probably not.
Unless Bryson bursts through the ceiling at some point during session. Which, listen, I wouldn't complain, but... I really missed playing everyone's insufferable parents in this game.
Yeah. And Syriie Astrophel.
And Syriie Astrophel, so true! Alex looks so intense right now, what the fuck?
Hi, I have a question because I have a question for everyone. Or not for everyone. I have a question for Dakota. Never mind. What's your bear's name again?
York.
York. Thank you.
How can you forget? I'm giving you anti-inspiration for that shit.
I will say I would totally understand as well if you forgot York's name. However, Tommy just said York.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Oh.
I forgot to send you this card, Will. I found this card at
This card?
Walgreens. I'm sending it in Elegy. It made me think of York.
Ugh.
I gotta see.
I really love the period of me and Will's friendship where every time I saw a meme with a bear in it, I was like, there he is.
Look, there he is. Look, there he is. And then I like wringed Tommy's neck. Why, you little?
Hi.
Too many votes.
Stop the violence. Anyway.
Is your also Roselle? Is your favorite song well known enough that Holly would know it?
I haven't thought about Roselle having a favorite song ever before.
I may or may not be coming up with a list of what I'm gonna get every one of you. Right
Tomcat Disposables, Will Wood.
That's so fucked up.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
No, you are wrong. It would be Cicada Days.
Oh, that's worse. Shit. That's more concerning.
There's also a difference between favorite song and like theme song.
Yeah, Roselle's theme song is Cicada Days. Take that as you may.
So.
For Christmas, you should get Roselle a 1-week free trial of BetterHelp.
Not a 1-week free trial. Is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't know BetterHelp, babe.
Does BetterHelp have group rates? I feel like we need it.
Does BetterHelp have... This session of Elegy is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Okay, we gotta at some point have this session with oh wait, never mind, we can't meet with Hopebringer.
No, we can't. I punched
There's
him
always
2
time.
times.
There's always time.
You can always reconcile. That he is a grown man, all right?
You can always go see Hopebringer. That option has always been available to us.
The option has always been available, and no one has gone. And I'm not trying to
so-
change people's minds now.
You know what?
It's too late.
Dakota's thinking about it. Dakota's thinking about it, Tommy. Okay? Because a lot is going on. Okay?
What do you think would happen
Reasonable.
if we went into Hopebringer's office as a party and laid out everything?
We just unload on Hopebringer and be like, so like, what would you do?
Speed
Situation.
running a late game father figure for the party would be the funniest thing that you could possibly
he'd get
do.
assassinated.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if Hopebringer would be our Galir or our Porter.
Well, we
trying to
could
figure out
blackmail.
where
We
on
could
that
blackmail
scale.
him in fighting because we know that he fought in the underground fighting
That's
ring.
true.
Like that. We blackmail him into not getting us in trouble.
Y'all know that you
no
can
way.
take Hopebringer in a fight.
The second Pallas realized it was Hopebringer in the fighting pit, whatever his stage name was, took like 5 million photos of him and like saved them. Pallas has such good blackmail.
Oh my god.
Hey, if anyone's constantly thinking about this could be blackmail, it's Pallas.
This could be the funniest like Ocean's 11 moment that I've ever had as a GM if y'all pull this shit.
Hear me out. We
Not our last
blackmailed
one?
him into giving us therapy.
You know what, guys? I'm warming to this idea, unironically.
You're gonna help us.
You'll have plenty of time to discuss it later.
I'm officially saying that Syriie will only meet with a therapist who beats her in hand-to-hand combat.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
That is a key part of Syriie's respect for anyone. Is if someone could beat Syriie in a fight. I think Syriie has
Pallas,
some
and
respect
Pallas
for
could know
Dakota,
you.
right? Because
Why does
at least
Syriie
Dakota
respect
fights
Pallas?
Syriie.
Syriie will be
I think
receiving
I'll
therapy.
take it.
Syriie will be receiving therapy from that one Earth Elemental from the campsite fight, and nobody else.
Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Earth Elemental. I must spill my beans.
Guys, I'm back up. I think about that constantly. I don't know about you.
Because I understand what you're going for. We all did. But at the same time, we're like, Syriie, no. You have 3 HP and provoking an opportunity attack.
See, I know it's an opportunity attack, but in my mind, she just ran headfirst into a stone creature and knocked herself out.
It was definitely one
There are
of those moments
moments
where
in every
Syriie.
campaign that I would like to see animated.
I need an animatic. I need an animatic of that exact moment.
I feel like Syriie like definitely like punched into the Earth Elemental and just straight up like hit stone, right? And then like slow pan up and then pop.
It just flicked her. It was like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all back.
You know, the game could continue.
That's
Yeah.
true.
To the time we said we were going to throw it again.
Babe, I was getting there. We were bidding. Anyway, we're so back. Are we ready to continue?
Yeah.
Great. So, let me get some appropriate music, some appropriate ambiance real quick. I'm going to clear Bardcore All I Want for Christmas Is You from my queue. You'll forgive me one day. Great. So, I'm going to say that as far as like the before school starts, Syriie, Roselle, Holly, Dakota, y'all find each other before school. Enix is off probably like checking in with one of their classes beforehand, like kind of like a period zero kind of deal. The four of you do find each other very shortly before the bell rings. If y'all have anything you would like to discuss amongst yourselves.
So, guys, are we breaking into his office tonight, or should we just do it in between periods or something?
I mean,
I realize-
he's not here.
The more time we wait, the more time someone else could get there first. It's the thought I had. I don't know.
I'm fine with doing it as like a passing period thing. It's an alibi.
How close are we to like the testing situation of like the school?
You mean like a midterms?
Yeah.
I guess it is midterms for like a whole like school year, but for a high school, probably 2 weeks, give or take.
Okay.
Um,
I want to make sure that I'm there for classes so that I can make sure I get everything that I need to know in before midterms, but
I bet we could knock out a B&E in a 5-minute passing period.
We're
I
so
would
good at
say-
B&E at this point.
We
I
could
will
probably.
say Pallas at one point texted in the group chat, "Hey, I'm showing up to school and everyone thinks I'm dead. That's going to be a pretty good distraction." I think everyone's going to be like, "Oh, the mayor's son who went missing, we all assumed was dead, is now returning to school without warning. Like, no one knows I'm coming." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a great distraction.
Syriie texts back, so wait, do you want me to B&E or film? Question mark.
Ezra, can you film?
I've gotcha.
Enix is filming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Holly, Holly, Roselle, Syriie, and I will do the B&E. Everyone else, spread the word about Pallas coming back.
You know what? This is like so much better than our other crimes, so it'll be fine.
Shh, don't talk about the other crimes.
Crime, Holly. Pallas suddenly there behind you.
Guys, this is like barely crime, okay? That sound. Now I know that sounds bad, but let's just think of it
Anyway,
as borrowing something.
as you get to school, everyone gets there, and you can see, lining the walls of the school are posters for with QR codes on them to buy tickets for Les Mis, which is opening this Friday, the school musical. Y'all see there's like the big like cast face page on like the student like events bulletin board. Dion's face has been very unfortunately like pasted over basically. One of your changeling students one of your changeling peers has been put into the role of Javert in Dion's place. You see that they are fully playing like 3 other roles.
I love how Dion is postured as like the actor kid at the school. Meanwhile, there's a kid playing a role 3 times. That's the better kid.
That's the one getting the Juilliard. I don't know what to tell you. But as you guys are sort of like scanning, is anyone going to Les Mis? Is that the plan for anyone? Holly, yeah.
I gotta show face.
Might as well.
No, we'll go to support Holly supporting the brother.
Real.
And we can support Noelle as well.
You guys are kind of friends with Noelle.
Like Noelle.
Yeah.
Noelle's been to pizza time or 2.
That's true. Yeah, they have. Speaking
You
of
know about the crimes.
That's true. Speaking of pizza time, however, you guys hear the doors open, and everyone goes silent. Pallas, standing in the doorway, the front doors of the School of Inspiration. You see the clamor of your fellow peers that many of whom you have not seen since before you went to the Feywild. It begins to die down as people's eyes begin to flick towards the doorway. People tap their friends on the shoulders to get their attention towards you, get them to stop talking, as an uncharacteristic silence falls over the main hall of the school.
Pallas takes off a massive pair of sunglasses, like so big. Iced coffee in hand. Hello there.
There's a little bit of stunned silence still. Are you talking to anyone in particular, or is it just a general hello?
Hello there.
To the camera.
Hello there.
Hey! How's the camera crew just lights on him? Hello there, everyone.
You give me I would like you to give me a charisma check. You can decide which skill. Because this could be a myriad of
intimidation.
I was going to say, it could be intimidation.
No.
What are you making this as?
24 persuasion.
Ooh. Pallas, you say miss me. And very slowly people are like, oh my god, Pallas! Like, people begin like skittering over. You see at least 3 women who are fully crying. As they're like, oh my god, I missed you! People
what's
are
her
surrounding
name?
you.
What is her name? Another sorcerer. She's...
I know, I'm blanking on her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yes. Oh, I missed you!
Aviva. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Pallas also probably forgets her name. He's like, oh, you!
Hey, you! There are like a solid like 20 students like crowding you, while a bunch of others are like trading stunned looks, and like some of them are like in the corner like, okay. Pallas, you see Rizzy was over by the sort of like the events board talking to one of the members of the cast of Les Mis. Her eyes are most certainly turned to you. Give me an insight check with advantage.
Ooh. I rolled a 12 both times, so that's going to be an 18. Wait, no, I lied. That's a 16. I forgot my modifier.
The more time that passed since the moment that you and Rizzy were actively, kind of opponents in this whole race, the more you kind of came to realize that Rizzy's competitive spirit was kind of just that. She was deeply intense, very intent on what she wanted, but she didn't get with it. She didn't get it, and for a moment, she was going to begrudgingly live with it. However, now you see a Rizzy who has gotten what she wanted already, and is seeing you back in the doors, standing in the doors of the School of Inspiration. To many others' eyes, her expression is inscrutable, but Pallas, you see almost a little tension leave her body.
Oh.
You watch as she kind of like dismisses the person that she's talking to, excuse me, and makes her way towards the crowd, sort of like not dying to be at the front of the building swarm of people, but very much going to eventually talk to you.
I think I like subtly like started having people like move so I could like get to Rizzy. I'm very much doing my politician thing, and I'm talking to everyone. Oh my god, I missed you. It's been like 2 days for Pallas. I missed you so much. Like fully, people are asking Pallas where he was, and he went, it was horrible, but I'll tell you about it later. And just like very like avoiding subjects and just kind of doing what Pallas does, keep everything very surface level but polite and make people think that he's connecting with them, but he doesn't know them. And I go over to Rizzy. Oh, hello, Rizzy.
Pallas, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you're okay.
Thank you. I appreciate the concern.
So I'm guessing
I've heard
you're looking to take back your title?
Oh, naturally. But I've heard you've done a brilliant job in the meantime.
Yeah, well, you're the one who earned it, so only natural.
Little bit Pallas wanted a bit more of a fight. Genuinely. And besides, I'm sure you'd make a beautiful senior class rep, and you could rule alongside. Your expertise is always appreciated.
Give me a persuasion check real quick.
12, which is a very low roll for Pallas.
That's fair. Still 12, still double digits. Rizzy kind of nods, a little non-committally. Yeah, we'll cross the bridge when we get to it. Listen, do you want me to come with me to my locker? I can get you some of the like student school like president stuff now, so I can catch you up on like stuff that's been going on. I can get you some files.
I'd really appreciate that. I have a meeting with Frostfeather. She doesn't know that yet, but I did bring her coffee. But I can quickly run by your locker. Yeah, sure.
Right, yeah. Just this way.
And I do want to make sure that the fanfare continues. Like, I do want to like make sure that people kind of. I don't know if people keep gawking, but I know I'm the distraction, so I'm not just giving that up.
Yeah. Syriie, Roselle, Holly, Dakota. As Pallas's friends, you guys are instantly taken over by the people who weren't able to get to Pallas. Did you know that he was back? What happened to him? Where has he been?
We're not taking questions at this time.
What do you mean?
Lawyer.
My
You
God,
are my legal
your
representation,
parents
Holly.
like just
Not Holly.
fully like
Sirius had media
they-
training.
That was so funny.
Dude, I heard
Oh.
the Pallas got sent to super hell. Like, it was crazy.
Wait, Pallas was gone?
Yes.
So he really saw Satan? That's awesome.
Wait, if there's a super hell, is there a super heaven?
I don't fucking know.
I guess so. I'll talk to you later. Come on, we gotta go. Guys, come on, we gotta keep moving here.
Oh my god, I missed him so much! Before we cut back to Pallas, getting a perception check from every single one of you except for Pallas.
Yahoo!
26.
Great.
8.
14. 14.
Anyone who rolled a 20 or higher. But I don't know if Lake rolled, but they're on the move. It's okay. Arielle got it. Roll perception. Why do you have a Sprite Cranberry?
Want a Sprite Cranberry? The answer is clear.
It's the yeah, it's okay. Anyway, Syriie, you are listen. If you had a gun to your head and you were told to like go greet Pallas's fans, you'd probably say shoot you. But as you are backing away from the crowd, trying to just be like, I gotta get to fucking class, man. You see someone kind of like lurking around the corner of one of the hallways. There's someone else who hasn't been in school since everything went down. Emerine Riverlily, who you guys know was in the hospital for a good bit after everything went down, after she really, like, took a beating, probably harder than, honestly, any of you guys, and was not treated at the scene, unlike you. You see she's got, like, a couple of, like, still bandaged up a little bit on her face from some cuts that she sustained during that fight. But you haven't seen her since y'all were taken from the campsite. She's lingering in the shadows of one particular corridor, keeping to herself. You know, none of her usual, like, friends are around her. Watching Pallas walk off in the other direction, a stunned look on her face. Her eyes flick towards you, Syriie, and you make eye contact with her. Turns around and walks away.
I'm just going to relay that to the group real quick. Someone else is back, too. Aaron's here.
Weird.
Unless any of you would like to do something with that information, we're going to cut back to Pallas.
I guess I'm just going to real quick. Are we still going through with this?
Maybe someone should stop her. I don't know.
And I teleport into the shadows.
Great. We're going to cut back to Pallas. We'll get back to you in a sec. The person who was just, like, sobbing into your arms, Dakota, sees that. Bro, what the fuck was that? I don't know! We're gonna get back to Pallas. I'm gonna put some appropriate Fire Emblem support music in the meantime. This feels appropriate.
Ah. Well met.
I'm getting a Mentos ad. This fucking sucks. This is a lot. That works. Pallas, you follow Rizzy, like, kind of like snaking your way through the corridors of the first floor of the school, passing by pretty much everyone that you know you're going to have to do your little Queen Victoria wave to. A couple of teachers.
What's your dog? There's a lot of that.
Oh, it really sucks. He passed away last week.
Just keep going.
You see a couple of teachers, even Professor Lelaire, the sorcery, the like low-level arcane studies teacher, is like, Pallas Astrophel.
Lelaire.
I'm sure you're busy. We'll catch up later.
I'm class TA after all.
Oh, we have needed someone like you. Trust me.
That druid student, piece of work. Not Roselle. I'm talking about the other one.
Later.
I'm talking about the other one. There's another one who snitched on Pallas for saying.
You
like first session beef.
Yeah, you. I forgot about that. Damn.
I got this.
No, I know. You reach the Rizzy has like a locker like kind of close to the back of the school. There are not a lot of students here. Still some leering at you. But Rizzy kind of opens her locker. It is packed with like paperwork. You see she pulls out a couple of folders. So this is pretty much everything that's like gone on over the last couple of months. There's been a couple of reports filed, some school events that have been, planned. We've been talking a little bit about, kind of doing a little bit of a do-over from Galloween because that was hijacked a little bit. So we want to get some like school spirit
Just a
going.
little bit.
What happened to Dion? I know he disappeared the same night that you did. I just want to know if you know anything.
Last I knew, he sold me out. I was taken away from here. I don't know what happened after that. Or in exquisite detail.
Listen, I wasn't a fan of the guy either. But I think I owe it to tell you that people have been talking. The two of you dropped off the face of the earth at the same time.
You'll think I did it?
Not necessarily, but well, not everyone thinks that, of course, but I know the two of you have history, and you're back and he's not. So I'm not saying that I believe that personally, but I am going to tell you that you should be ready to hear some questions. Because he's been gone this entire time, he has not. You've resurfaced and he hasn't.
I appreciate this, genuinely. It's hard.
Yeah.
Being back. And I appreciate the advance warning that I make it a little harder. That being said, I am excited to be here. I'm excited to go back to the work. I'm excited to continue to serve my school community.
That's what you want to call it, yeah. Look, I'm sorry about everything. I am. I know I'm very competitive, and I got very caught up in the politics of it all, and I know that I thought I was stooping to your level, but I was doing it worse. And
Sweet Rizzy, I'm an Astrophel.
no, I know, but
you can't get much lower than us.
But all that happened and then you were gone. I've just been thinking about it, is all.
I understand. I don't have malice towards you. I know they'd be hard to believe, after all how hot things were when we left. But I've had time to reflect, and frankly, I couldn't imagine running against anyone other than you. No one else would have given me a fight. And I appreciate that. And who knows, if I get whisked away to some foreign place, you can be present again. Who knows? The school year is young.
Probably for the best. I wasn't half as good as you're going to be.
Well, I think we're very different candidates.
Fair enough. But look, I'll keep my ear out for if people are talking. I mean, listen, the things I've been hearing about you two over these last few months, honestly, I don't think you would want to know half of it, but...
Oh, trust me, I will know within the hour.
Yeah, people...
I really did.
I mean, Dion's from the Feywild, so people were talking about him going there, or his family is from there. I know they're pretty well connected, so...
I hear the Feywild is beautiful this time of year. I'll keep an eye out for Dion and for any rumors. I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah.
Thank you. I genuinely mean it.
Well, thanks for not being a monster.
I think Pallas makes that face, and I do think it is fully a weird slip that Pallas lets go, and it's like,
For
I
now.
didn't do that.
For now. For now.
Well,
Yeah, I gotta get out to class, but let me know if you need any help picking up that work. I mean, I know it's not gonna be an immediate transition, so.
of course.
Also, is Syriie still gonna be your vice president?
We'll see.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, I'd like
I know
to
you
be.
guys are friends. She was miserable. It was. I kind of felt bad for her, to be honest.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, chill.
Would you be interested in the position if she is not?
I don't really know how the rules work. This is a school.
Honestly, I don't really think it's that deep.
Probably not.
I think if we went up to Frostfeather and said you're the vice president now, I don't think she would say anything in return.
She's got bigger fish to fry. Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of which, I have to go meet with her.
Go have fun. Yeah. See ya.
See you, Lizzie.
We're gonna come back to Syriie real quick. Syriie, I'm gonna need you to give me a perception check with advantage. As you find yourself navigating the sort of darkened nooks and crannies of the school, flitting from place to place.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
I heard 21.
Great. Emerine is not easy to track. She's small, she's quick, she is a rogue. She knows how to get to place from place without being noticed. But you play Emorine's game, and with all due respect, you play it better. You follow Emerine down the hall, turning a couple of corners, before you realize she's going to the back exit of the school. She pushes by some students, walks to the door, and outside, you see she sits down on the top step, and you see there's this sort of like distant, like panicked, weirded out look on her face as she's sort of just like kind of like to herself. Keep out of the way of other people.
I am going to kind of just like appear in a shadow behind her. Just silently watch for a moment.
You stand for what feels like a minute or two. She does not notice you.
Unexpected return?
God! Don't do that. You see she...
Rogue.
What do you want? But you want to talk now, after all this time?
I've never been here. You seem surprised that he's back.
But I knew he wasn't going to be back so soon.
What were you expecting? Or what was the plan?
I just got here 5 minutes ago. Is this really the time to pull all that information from me?
No.
I'll do you one better. What did you do to Dion?
That one I genuinely can't answer. I don't know what happened.
Because I know where he's been, but I know he's not back yet.
Where's he been?
Where Pallas was.
They ended up in the same place.
I know Dion got banished. I know where his family's from. Doesn't take a professor to understand. I'm not still working with them, if that's what you want to know. I haven't heard from them since that night.
The thing about favorites is
Hope you don't plan on messing with my friends again.
until a new favorite tells your old favorite to beat it.
If that's who you want to be friends with, then that's your funeral.
So be it. I will be honest with you, though. I don't know what happened to Dion. I don't know where he is. As far as I know,
I didn't think you would.
there was no meeting.
If you really want to talk, we can talk. But if you want to do it, we do it just us. None of your friends. Not him either. Especially not him. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I can tell you what I already know. Just later. Say that again?
I'll hold you to that.
Now, excuse me. I've been out of school for a month, so I have a lot of catching up to do. She pulls herself to her feet, dusts herself off a little, and turns around, heads back inside.
Just quickly text the group. Have info, catch up it later. What's the plan? Thank you, Dakota.
What's the plan? The thumbs up emoji.
Are we breaking in? Are we? What's Group C doing?
How much time do we have like 10 minutes in our passing period to do a light B&E?
I'm gonna say like 10 minutes is like 15 minutes, give or take.
All right.
Why
Light
not?
B&E, engage.
I mean, I'm good at thieving. It'll be fine.
That's true.
Okay.
So,
Let's do some thieving.
how are you guys going to do this? We'll get to Pallas and Frostfeather momentarily. How are you guys going to pull this off? I'm genuinely curious, because the hallways are packed right now.
Well, the fact that the hallways are packed means that no one's gonna notice us.
Yeah.
Blend into the crowd and all that.
Yeah.
It's true.
That is a really safe assumption, so you're going to have to do
It is
more
a safe
better
assumption. It'd be terrible. I'm looking up a spell real quick.
Roselle can change into animals, right?
I can change into animals.
And like bugs and stuff?
Roselle can turn into other animals.
Shit! Can Roselle turn into bugs?
Roselle is bugs? Is Roselle bugs? I know there's some other people who have some proficiency with, the craft of the thief. If they would like to speak now or forever hold their peace.
Is the door locked?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we could talk about the door itself once y'all would like to actually investigate it.
Okay.
I would like to investigate the door. Actually.
Great, the
Or
door is
maybe-
locked.
Can I, by the way, before this, can I, like, sort of, I have two different, like, I don't know if I wear armor to school, if that's a normal thing, but I'm not.
I'm assuming you don't.
Okay, then I'm not, yeah.
Great. The door to Calvary's office, not much has been done to the entrance or like the office itself, other than you clearly seeing like a sign has been taped in front of it being no entry from this point, followed by a little piece of paper saying Vice Principal Services now located, and you see Hopebriar's room.
and it doesn't look like it's been disturbed inside.
You can't really tell. It's got kind of one of those like blurred like windows where you're like, it lets in light, but you can't actually like see into it.
How much of Dakota's body covers the door? Last question, sorry.
Fair bit.
Okay.
Is it magically locked or mechanically locked?
You can do a roll on it if you would like to figure it out.
I would like to do a roll
Can I
to
do
see
a
if I can.
closer inspection as a help action?
Sure. So
what would
do an investigation check for me with advantage, Roselle.
With advantage?
With Holly giving you the help action? Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is exciting. So that's 19.
Great. You wiggle it a little bit. Magic locks are kind of like reserved for really important things to like keep under wraps, kind of like the school basement or like the principal's office. You can tell it is like locked, like lock and key locked.
Okay. I will wild shape into a beetle, get under the door frame, and then unlock it from the other side.
Lovely. You transform into Tiny. You skitter under the door before, as Dakota is standing menacingly in front of the door. Roselle, you make it to the other side, go back into your human shape, or humanoid shape.
Yeah.
And do a little bit of clicking. Get the door open from there.
Yeah. Dakota, I assume you want to stand in front of the door and just like...
Yeah, I think that'd be best.
Okay, Holly, let's be quick.
Yeah.
What do we roll? Like...
Great.
Investigation?
I'm going to need investigation checks from both of you.
Okay.
Don't forget to check the desk drawer.
I was going for the drawers first. Thank you.
Ooh.
19.
23.
Ooh! Lovely. Okay. So, here's the bad news. The office has been purged. For the most part. You see, like, all of the, you've been in there, you've both been in that office before. The books that lined the shelves of the office, all of the, like, little apparatuses, like picture frames and utensils and, like, little trinkets on the desk are mostly gone. However, you see that there have been two things that have been kept intact. One is I forget exactly what it's called, but it's an office like desk toy of a sort of like empty bowl of water and like a little bird, like the thing that little bird that like dips its
Drinking bird. Yeah.
Drinking bird, yeah. The other is that the massive water cooler in the office has not been cleared.
So all of the water-related stuff isn't touched.
It has not moved. And on a 23, Holly, you approach the desk, you like ruffle through the drawers. They're all unlocked and they're all empty for the most part. But then you look at the desk, and the bird's looking right at you.
It's looking at me.
Mm-hmm. You see the bird itself.
No, I know. I say to Roselle, it's looking at me.
Oh, put your hand in front of its eyes. See if that does anything.
You cover this entire... It's a very small toy. You see kind of just like pecks at your hand a little bit.
Oh. What the hell?
You see the bird kind of like... the empty little like bowl of water.
Oh, you're thirsty.
Should we grab the... Okay, so... I'll pick up the bowl of water and refill it at the water cooler, I guess.
How's it going, guys?
I take out my fantasy Stanley Cup.
Awesome.
Hollywood.
Yeah, because I'll remind you guys, this was a puzzle that Dakota had to do a while back. If you'll...
There was a... Yeah, Dakota's like, I think there was a false bottom in one of the drawers.
Yep. You filled up very, like, nonchalantly. Roselle tried not to attract any attention. By the way, Dakota, give me I'm gonna say a deception check real quick.
Okay.
Nothing
Let's do
suspicious
this.
in here.
Nothing suspicious in here. That's a 7.
Ooh. Dakota.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like standing there as nonchalantly as you can. When you hear, Mr. Olympus, you see the figure of Hopebringer approaching you
This is
from down the hall.
Sorry.
Uh,
Hopebringer.
Dakota, are you?
I'm gonna grab Holly's arm and cast Pass Without Trace on us real quick.
Hopebringer, I wanted to talk to you about something.
You seemed a little stiff. Is everything all right, son?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just cold.
You're bundled up like a little child. Is the ventilation a little?
No, I'm all good. You guys noticed that Dakota actually can't put his arms down because of the heavy coat that he's wearing.
I'm all good.
I'm all good. No, I'm so good even.
You're
but
not talking with the cadence of someone who's all
I
good.
wanted
Is
to
everything
talk
all right?
about- I wanted to talk about how good I am in counseling.
What?
Can we meet for counseling at some point today?
We're gonna continue this conversation in a little bit.
Thank you.
Roselle, you hear all of this as you put the water back down. Try and make yourself as hidden as possible. The bird dips its beak into the bowl, and Holly, you've got one of the drawers. You've got one of the drawers like in your hand. You hear like click in your hand as you notice that a false bottom has opened up in the drawer.
Do I hear? I know that they're right outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I look really quickly at what's in it.
Great. You see two things. The first is an envelope. It is simply marked with "to whom it may concern" in very elaborate handwriting. The other is a folder. A manila folder. One that, when you show it to Dakota, he's going to be very familiar with it. It's the one that you found.
Right.
I assume I have my bag, or at least somewhere I can sort of
Stuff it in, yeah.
shove something in. Okay.
Yeah.
I shove it into a folder that I'm carrying or whatever, and then I'm like, say to Roselle, okay, I found something, but we need to get out of here.
We can't leave until Dakota's done.
We're going to cut back to Dakota real quick. You're saying you're good at counseling? It's not meant to be competitive, son.
Sorry, I meant that I would like to have counseling today. If there's a spot open, I don't know how this works.
Oh, absolutely. If you would like to come down during your lunch period, then I don't believe anyone's planning on coming in. If you would like to come down, then the office is absolutely open.
Yes, please.
Right.
In the meantime, I will stand here because I can't talk about my problems right now with all these people around.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
With advantage, I'm gonna say, because you did it. You pulled the autism card, so I'm gonna let you.
I did.
At 20?
I was gonna say, it gives advantage on this.
It gives advantage because that's so real, and that is a nat fucking 20. Ooh.
The other one, a 19.
So you would have. So the nat 20 would have applied anyway.
Yeah.
Great. So, Hopebringer's like, yes, absolutely. If you need to get somewhere to, cool down for a second, I can call ahead to your first class. Tell them that you're
Nope.
going to be.
Do not want to cool down in the slightest.
Okay. All right.
But thank you. Yes.
I will choose to be concerned about that later. I will see you. I will see you in my office then.
Thank you.
Take care, lad. As he saunters away.
Oh my god.
I'm overstimulated and do not wish to come.
As Roselle and Holly, you guys slip out of the office from behind Dakota.
What'd you guys
Sorry,
find?
Dakota. Thank you.
No, it's okay. It's probably for the best anyway.
I hope it helps.
I do too. What
Okay.
would you guys find?
I found a bit. Definitely.
We should have this conversation not in front of the office we just raided.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, Roselle. Let's keep walking.
As you guys are talking, you see Ori like is fully passing by with his like books in hand. You see she stops in front of you, turns. What did you just do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm walking away.
You don't want to be an accessory, man.
Honestly, you're right. I don't. I'll see you guys at lunch. And with that, we are going to conclude our little bit of stuff before class starts. So, we are going to have, like, I'm going to call a few more, like, phases of downtime, if that's alright. This next phase is going to be... there's nothing that you guys really want to do during your classes, right?
I mean, unless Syriie and I want to spar.
We are throwing hands, yes.
We're going to be fighting.
We'll
and
leave you
training
to
the whole
it.
time.
We'll leave you to it, but in the meantime, we have a meeting to sit in on. Pallas. So, before class starts, you manage to make your way through the crowd, latte in hand, do your gay little knock at Frostfeather's door.
What's her assistant's name? I love her assistant, and I very much so make a big deal, big fuss.
Oh, the secretary?
Yes.
Oh man, it's been a while since she's shown up. I don't remember her name though.
I literally was just looking at it.
Oh my god.
Marlene.
Marlene! Arielle, this is why I love you, Arielle. Thank you. Yeah, it's Marlene Zapina. Yeah. Older goblin lady. What? Aidan, are you good?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi's spiking really hard. I think it just settled.
Cool.
I
Can you see
missed
us?
all what you just said.
Oh no, all I said was her.
Settled.
Yeah.
And so we said Marlene was her name?
Marlene Zapina. Yeah. So Miss Zapina.
Oh, Miss Sapina? Sapina?
Zapina. Zapina, dog.
Your night peeking. Miss Sapina.
Oh my goodness, Pallas Astrophel, get over here.
Did you cut your hair? It looks so good.
Oh my god,
Bangs really do
it.
work for you.
Oh.
I have to say it.
You're too sweet. You're too sweet.
It is like a beautiful, like misty auburn.
You haven't.
Season.
What cares? You haven't been in like a.
I was kidnapped, but I'm back now. Isn't that great?
Before she. Sorry, Tommy was thrown off. But before you could continue, you hear your door open. Enix Traughffle, it's so lovely to have you back in my office again. You did not have to get me.
Of course I did. I'm making up for lost time and all that.
You really are something. Would you like to come in?
I would love so. I would love that.
Of course. I hope you don't mind, Marlene. Nope! As you head into her office. Frostfeather's office, you walk in and you feel the temperature drop by about 30 degrees. It is this mystical, like, magic is swirling through the air, blues and purples. It does look like a massive library that has been cramped down to fill a bedroom-sized room. It is so ornate, and there's so much in it for such a small space. You see it overlooks like the school grounds outside.
Do I know the source of Frostfeather's magic?
You do not.
Okay. Oh, I will say, I faced a Fey Winter when I entered Queen Mab's territory. Is this feeling akin to it?
It's not super far off.
Interesting.
This music is a little too whimsical. Please hold. Alright, show me an ad. Damn it. Sonic X Shadow Generations! This is very intense, but we'll roll with it. You... Frostfeather closes the door behind you. Have a seat, Enix Traughfle. I imagine we have quite a bit to discuss.
Naturally. Are we safe to talk here? Mage to mage.
Of course, Pallas.
I making sure the subtext is clear. This is an anti-divinatory space. Got it. As you can imagine, my circumstances for departure were not ideal.
So I heard, yes.
I'm sure you have many questions for me, and I'm sure I have a few for you as well. But I did not come back to this beautiful school without fear of what is to come. These are very uncertain times we live in, and I'm sure we both have the school's interest in mind. So let's remember that.
Pallas, we can drop the formalities. If this is the conversation we are going to have.
I don't see why not, then.
What is it that I can do for you?
You know the circumstances in which Calgary died?
It was my understanding that he very suddenly requested leave from the School of Inspiration at large, promised communication, and there has not been any since. I understand that this was the night that you were taken.
He's dead.
You're sure of it?
I saw it. Wait, what? No, I didn't.
I'm going to correct you on that.
Right.
You did not see cavalry die. You saw cavalry was weak, running out of spell slots, being swarmed by Queen Mab's enforcements.
Right. So I take that back. I did not say he died. I fear he's out of commission.
I see.
Headmistress, I must ask you. Do you have a connection with the Fae? One particular Fae?
I know what question you are asking, Pallas. And I'm afraid the answer is no. Percival was always much more attuned than I am. I understand that. I understand where you might have come to the conclusion, but I am a wizard by trade.
Which was a warlock?
Percival was Calvary was a warlock.
The Frostfeather was a Snow Angel warlock.
I don't think that was ever established.
Oh, maybe I assumed.
Calvary was a Snow Angel warlock, so.
Headmistress.
Pallas?
The disappearance of Calgary into the Feywild and the ongoings of what has recently been happening in Darling Town are not unconnected.
I didn't think they were.
And I fear for Comet Heights. I fear for the school. I fear for our students. And I know you have protections to offer. The solstice approaches. You know what happened last year? And I have reason to believe that this year will be worse. More casualties. And maybe no clear end.
You're talking about Molly, aren't you?
Haven't heard her name in a while.
It was a tragedy what happened to her. Most of all that we didn't know.
Didn't know what?
The girl disappeared. You were there.
Of course.
If you have reason to believe that this will repeat, that is a deeply serious claim, Enix Traughffle.
You shouldn't know that my family will be speaking in it. We don't give tips like this out lightly. This apocalypse was just the start of things. And there are people who wish for it to, I don't know if return is the right word, but something adjacent. The day of the winter solstice, when our beautiful minstrel as most potent state. And I fear this information getting in the wrong hands. I fear what it means for the whole of what we do here. And I would love to hear what you're able to provide in terms of aid.
Give me a persuasion check. And if I can ask you to speak up a little bit from here on out, that would be appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
You're a little quiet on my end. All good.
That's
Maybe.
so that's a natural 1.
Okay. Frostfeather, even with a natural 1, it is not that Frostfeather doesn't consider your words. I hope you know, Pallas, that I was deeply disturbed by what occurred around this time last year. I remember the snowpocalypse just as well as you do. And I cannot say that I'm not concerned about the whereabouts of Calvary, either. I simply wonder what it is exactly that you would want from this school, if you believe that it is something that is bigger than this place that is meant to be safe for students like you. I fear there's not much else I can offer other than safe haven.
Information. I don't know what good it will do me. But I have a lot. I think Pallas starts crying, which is very uncharacteristic for him in these situations. I have a lot of unknown things going on that are related to the upcoming events, and no one willing to answer them. And I'm tired of having to hunt for answers. Are there any tomes in the library or sources otherwise that the school has access to? They do not showcase the student body. Stuff in Calgary's office that was taken out or still remains there. Books on the Fae, books on the history of our town that may have information that others would want to suppress.
The library is there if you wish. I don't know what I can offer.
Of course.
I believe you, Pallas. I do. And truly, if there's anything that... I do not know what the school can offer you, but I know what I can for you. I'm sorry that I do not know as much as you want me to, and I'm sorry that I cannot avail myself to you the way that you might be seeking me to as a leader of this establishment. But whatever is out there seeking to encroach upon this town, it is my duty to protect my students. My students first.
Of course. I appreciate your devotion.
The School of Inspiration will be here. While I cannot say I've proven myself capable of truly protecting my students, even within the halls of the school, if this is truly what we are up against, then I can hope you can find sanctuary in these corridors.
Thank you. I will try. And, Headmistress, please know that if any of our conversation today is revealed outside of this room, your safety will not be guaranteed. That is not a threat from me. Just me being honest. A rare trait amongst my family. And that family is pointed. It is the closest Pallas is willing to get to the threat facing this town.
Pallas, I'm quite familiar with your family. I understand.
And I'll be returning to my role as president. Already talked to Rosie.
Naturally, I assumed that was going to be the case anyway.
I appreciate it. And I turn around and leave.
If you hear anything about Percival, anything at all, I understand it goes without saying, but
I have a few sending spells I think I need to send out. And I have a feeling I may have a way to get them to where he is.
keep me in the know and I will keep you.
Of course.
Take care of yourself, Pallas.
You too.
As you turn around and leave.
Of course.
All right, so aside from this, is there anything during class time at all today that you guys would like to accomplish? Anyone that you would like to talk to? Will and Arielle role-playing an entire ass combat in the chat is crazy, by the way. Who's winning? I haven't been keeping up with it.
Syriie is currently double restrained.
I just rolled a 20 to break the restraint.
What the f...
All right, you two mute. Aidan, what did you
No,
want to say?
no, wait, okay.
Professor Lulaire, I know I'm not a practicer of the arcane magics. My magic, of course, comes from my, let's call it a touch.
Yes, of course.
But I'm looking for a certain spell. And I don't know if it's in my wheelhouse, but I'd love to give it a try.
Will depend on the spell, lad, but I'm happy to give you some guidance at least.
See, while I was away, I start, fake crying. Attempts to divine my location were halted. I don't know what spell was cast on me, but I just want to make sure I know the ins and out of it so I can guarantee my own safety going forward. if you mayhaps had a scroll or some item that could produce a similar effect and mayhaps make an area in which I can't be divined by forces that would want to harm me, it would be a great aid.
All right, Aidan, what are you asking me, the DM, to provide?
So there's a spell called Private Sanctum, which basically makes like a safe house for your group that no scrying can go in and out of. You can basically put a ward on it so no one can enter it that isn't a part of your group. It's basically a safe house group.
Okay.
And it's not a sorcerer spell. It's a wizard spell. However, I'm willing to try whatever to get access to a place which my mother cannot find me.
All right. This is a bit of an ask. I'm going to... What's your persuasion modifier?
+8.
Okay. This is an ask. Like, mechanically.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to say, give me a DC 25 persuasion check.
Ooh!
I will give you advantage because you fake cried.
Because Mal's can absolutely cry on cue. Okay.
So 17 or higher.
That's a 13. And that's a natural 20.
Fuck me. This sucks. Damn it.
Alice is a really convincing fake crier. Because his tears are also canonically periwinkle.
Why does everyone want to break the fucking rules in this game? Yeah! Well, as soon as I finish beating you to death with a hammer.
Oh no.
Falamir is immediately, oh, that's so cry. Okay, tissues. Once 10 minutes later, after you stop crying,
I think a little bit of real crying starts happening, where like this starts off as fake, and then Pallas like hits a nerve and it's like like sobbing.
Oh, all right, lad, it's all right. Okay. I will be honest. You are a sorcerer, correct? You are not. Sorcerers are not naturally learned in the art of learning It is not a. Hey. Don't start crying again! Logistically speaking, even the most skilled sorcerers in the world are not able to necessarily pull from the magic of other types of casters. However, I understand that you are coming from a very particular set of circumstances given your safety in this town as of late. I will talk to Amaryllis. I'll see what I can do. If there is something of a similar ilk to what you are searching for, then I will touch base with you by the end of this week. Is that all right?
Thank you so much, Professor. I do deeply appreciate it.
Of course, yes. And please be safe. Truly, I would not want to miss you from this class a second time.
Of course, of course. Certainly got some unwily students in this class.
Yes, well, I will see what I can do.
Appreciate it.
Great. So question. Do we want to roleplay Dakota and Hopebringer before lunch?
I'm okay with doing it during lunch. I didn't know if this was the period now. That's what I was
So
saying.
let's do like a lunch check-in with everyone except for Dakota then, if you're going to be off doing your own thing. So Pallas, Syriie,
I'll have to do this.
Pallas, Syriie, Roselle, Holly, you guys get through your classes of the day with various levels of attentiveness and general concern. Pallas, you're able to sort of like just breeze by. You're not really even while not really worrying about your academics at this very moment, it is very easy for you to fake it until you make it. Syriie, you're worse to sleepwalking. You're used to sleepwalking through your classes half the time and absolutely bodying them the other half. Roselle, Holly, you guys have your casting classes together as usual with, you know, the usual crowd, Enix, Pascal, Laz, to you. As you guys are leaving your intermediate casting class on your way to lunch, Holly, As you watch Roselle, Enix, Blase all head ahead to go out to lunch together, you see Pascal is sort of like loitering a little bit by the door as you're getting your stuff ready.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
uh, I'm good. You wanna walk with me for a sec?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You see that their hands are stuffed into the oversized pockets of their hoodie. As you see, they like kind of squeeze it. They're still not quite used to moving around with their sort of like baby wings, as they like squeeze themselves through the door. I'll never get used to that. They really gotta get bigger doors here.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will soon.
Yeah, maybe. Hi.
Yes. Hi.
Hey. Mm,
So, a lot happened.
a lot has been going on. Yeah.
Yeah. What is what is your thought?
I have been a terrible friend. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
um I feel like I know a lot's been going on, and I've been dealing with a lot, and that's not any less important. But I feel like I've been clocked out for a little bit. And I just want you to know I'm sorry, and if you think I'm a terrible person now, then that's completely okay. I
okay.
I need to. I'm sorry that I've been.
Okay, breathe. Breathe.
Okay.
You've been fine. You've been going through stuff. It's okay.
No, but that's not an excuse. I've been.
You know
And
what?
you guys have been getting thrashed, and I haven't done anything about it. I mean, I know, like, I know Pallas is back, and things are like kind of back to normal, but like,
What are your plans tonight?
I don't do things, Holly. I don't know. I mean,
If you want to, and I'm not saying that you need to, but if you want to make up for being away, then you can be there tonight at the pizza time.
is there a pizza
If you
time?
are free. There's a pizza time tonight. You do not have to. That is if you can't, if you are not up to it, that's fair. I don't know.
It's not that I haven't wanted to be there. I hope you know that. I haven't wanted to.
It's stuff with
I miss you
Lad.
guys, and yeah. I shouldn't really get into it, but I don't know if he would want me there, to be honest.
Okay. You all need to talk. I don't want to be that person. I really have no authority to be that person because there's plenty of people I need to talk to.
What am
Like,
I going to say? Like,
but
hey, Laz, sorry that I knocked your lights out over a dumb misunderstanding. Want to go grab pizza later? Like, that's...
yes.
Okay, I was joking. Jesus.
Like, look, the only thing you can say is sorry, and then you won't do that again. I'm not trying to be like, but I hope I'm not getting into like something that I shouldn't be.
No,
If I am giving you unsolicited
You're not.
advice,
No,
please
no,
let
no,
me
you're
know.
not. Look, the truth is I was kind of like a really shitty friend to Laz for a while. I think I met you guys, well, I mean, I knew everyone, but I think I met you and got caught up with you, not caught up, I started spending more time with y'all, and you guys are fantastic. Like, genuinely, not a lot of people have made me feel seen the way that you guys do. And I don't really know if I can ever, like, really properly put it into words. But there was one person who made me feel like that before. And now I feel like I've lost him.
I mean,
I haven't been a great friend to him, to be honest, Holly. And I feel like I didn't really know that until, I don't know, And he seems to be doing a lot better now. And I'm glad.
Glad.
But
I think that the only way to get over this is to go through. Does that make sense? Like, you have to, the only way, if you want to get this friendship back, I'm not talking about my friendship. You have my friendship. If you want to get Lazaro's friendship back, then you need to just talk to him.
he hasn't really mentioned me, has he? I mean, I know you've been spending a lot more time with him.
Has he? Has she?
Yes, she has.
Okay. Wait, I forget, what has she said exactly? Like,
Believe it or
that
not, very similar stuff to what Pascal's saying now.
Okay, you want the honest truth. You both
Please.
want the exact same thing, and both of you are, both of you are too chicken shit to say anything about it. This is going to get like one of those British dramas where the people won't talk to each other and you keep yelling at the TV, talk to each other.
Oh my god, are we Love Island?
Yes,
Are we Fantasy Love Island? That sucks. Oh god.
talk to each other. I
Oh,
beg
okay,
you.
okay. I
don't
hear
want to be in the
you.
middle of this anymore.
And I'm sorry that you've had to be.
No, it's
But-
okay.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes. And you know what? The only way to know, I hate to say this, but even if somehow Laz is like saying something and not meaning, the only way to know is to just talk to each other. Like, there's just nothing you can do other than that. I'm sorry, that's just that's the next step. So,
Yeah, we both kind of are chicken shit, huh?
I
Okay.
don't mean that in a bad, well,
But you're right.
yeah. No, I am. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, in that case, if I'm not doing anything else, if we're having a pizza time, then we'll go from there. But
Yeah.
I'll talk to him at some point. Yeah, just has he been doing okay? I know that there was a lot going on the night that everything went down. He's been hanging out a lot more with Enix of all people, which not on my bingo board for this year, to be honest, but
He's been doing just fine. He's
okay.
been very happy. It's not, obviously, though, I'm sure that he'd be a lot happier if he could hang out with his best friend. Or at least one of his best friends. You know.
Yeah. Thanks, Holly.
Of course. I'm always here for you.
Me too, really. And I do mean it when I say I'm sorry. I feel like I've dipped out on you two a little bit. And you deserve better from that. You deserve better than that. As
I appreciate it.
your friend, as your, well, you know. Look, okay, once all this is over, can we please, like, actually find a day? Like,
Yes.
okay, thank you. Shit. It's been a lot.
I think that this would be much better, though, when this is all over and we can just be normal teenagers.
Do we want to wait until Christmas at this point? Like, I feel like we're, like, if we try and schedule it again, like, give it until after the solstice, because
Can we wait?
after the
I need to
solstice,
see-
I know things are going to be
No,
bad around.
I'm more saying, like, I need to see about my plans on Christmas because, you know, my family's a little crazy.
Right. Yeah, no,
Unless you want to see Nightsong Christmas, which is nuts, by the way.
wait, honestly, that kind of sounds fun, though. Like, I'd be down.
Okay.
Your parents are hilarious. I mean that like they're awesome. Like
They're a lot better when you don't live with them, but
I can
also.
imagine. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Speaking of my parents, I think I might tell them shit.
That's good. We're late to lunch. We should go.
We are. You're right.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up later.
They hold out their hand to you.
Oh, okay. I grab it. If that's what they're going for.
Cool. Okay. As you guys head over, Holly, you and Pascal circle back around to lunch, where Pallas, Syriie, Roselle, and are there any NPCs that you guys would like present?
Ezra.
Real. Ezra has kind of been like keeping a bit of a safe distance from you guys since the school day started, but he is pretty happy. You can tell that he's happy to be back with y'all once he joins the table. Hey folks, any eyes on Dakota? I thought he would be here. Thought he would be here by now.
Dakota volunteered himself to go get therapy at lunch.
It's about
Should we
goddamn
go
time.
save him?
No. It might be.
No, it's good for him.
It might be good. This might be a good thing.
Good for him.
It's Hopebringer.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't get what I know your thing. Point at Syriie.
Am I here
I know
yet?
your thing. Yes, I know your thing.
Oh, he needs therapy so desperately. Come on.
Exactly. Yes, I've been friends with him for years.
You
This has
all
been a
do.
long time coming. Well, it's good that one of us is starting then. This is progress.
Also, does Pallas clock Pascal and Holly walking in hand?
Probably, yeah.
Instant messages to every single person in this circle, being like,
Look.
"Did they start dating while I was away and no one told me?" like really
As
accusatory.
as
really
everyone's like
pointed.
everyone's talking about not having therapy. Pascal's like, I have a therapist.
As you should. Honestly, icon.
Does no one respond to me? I'm pissed that no one told me. that
Roselle
they're
sends a bunch of question mark emojis.
in your head.
Yeah.
I think they're being pretty clear.
You start thinking question mark emojis.
You get a shrug emoji from Syriie.
Ezra just messages back. I feel like it's been like on the ups for like 3 months at this point. I don't even know if I don't think they're
Pallas
official.
is
But...
so upset that no one told him. Pallas is like bringing a little hissy fit at the table.
Well, it's good to have you back. Ezra says to you, Pallas, gives you a little shoulder squeeze.
It's good to be back. He says begrudgingly.
We have confirmation that they love us. We can all go home. All right. No, for real though. Okay. We all saw who else is back, right?
No, who? Huh?
Your pal Emerine.
Oh. Where?
Saw in class today.
Around.
Hmm.
A little banged up.
Interesting.
A little banged up
Good.
still, but kicking. We're gonna have a chat later.
I suppose better off than Dion, but
Who is apparently still MIA.
I'm hoping to reach out to him tonight.
Luck with that.
Well, better know that he's alive or dead, at least. But I think now with my interdimensional travel, interplanar travel, I should have a certain element of frequency when it comes to sending psychic messages across the planes. That's the goal, at least.
Yeah, that's not scary at all.
I'm a sorcerer with
No, I know.
a very problematic origin.
We're
I
well
don't-
aware.
Hmm. I think I talked about how Rizzy was like actually really accommodating and like really actually kind of sweet.
Well, it's
And I
good to hear
believe
not
her.
everyone hates you.
I didn't say that. It's interesting. And I'm starting to think I may have pegged her wrong. You see Pallas is like struggling to say these words. Like Pallas is like,
If I may, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Listen, Rizzy, like, we know that the girl puts up a fight, but like, in the actual conversation, she's a good caster, but that's about it. I didn't really peg it to be part of this whole situation anyway.
of course.
Besides, I don't think she's cool enough for Dion and Emerine.
Can we stop this rumor that Dion was ever cool? Like, I've heard a couple people say that today.
Oh, I'm not saying that they were, but they definitely acted like it. Also, you were friends with Emerine. Come on.
On were. Anyway, I also recap what happened with Lolaire. So we have a week's cap on that. In the meantime, I think we should start looking into alternative safe spaces to talk. I think continuing to have these conversations at your parents' houses will just put them in unnecessary danger.
The ring is always available.
Yeah, that's not ideal either.
I don't know if that's like technically a safe space.
Yeah, I mean, it really
Also,
depends on how
yeah.
safe you're looking. Like
Also,
how
People like
not
here.
like anything against your guys' parents, but I think we like Lena more than like most of your parents, right? Or at least we trust her.
Sure.
We don't want her to get too caught up in this. She's too good for this.
That is true.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is we like her too much, I think.
I will say.
My parents are chill.
No, your parents are so innocent, though. Leave them out of this.
Yes, and if perchance a certain villain were to spy in on our conversation, that would put your parents in direct danger.
Mm.
Yeah, there is that guy in the back that you have.
Oh my god, buddy! I've
He's
checked
still
out
in there?
so
Did you
long.
forget?
You forgot about Buddy?
I thought we
Go.
released him.
It's been like
Wait,
2
did I
days.
release him?
No, you put him back in the bag because he didn't have anywhere to go.
Can we banish him to the Feywild? Oh, he's not
Do
from
it.
the Feywild. Yeah. He's in the North Pole.
Right.
That's...
Where'd he go?
Still role playing.
Incredible.
That is troubling. He has a family? Question mark.
We got bigger fish to fry.
That situation
He
is
does.
currently handled.
We'll talk about the man you kidnapped later.
Sounds like a
We can always-
plan.
We could always just like go in the woods.
But
yeah, I was
That
thinking
one- that
do
one-
do we just need to find a place to sit?
Dakota screams from the mountain. Remember the last time
Yeah, I
we
was
all
gonna
went
say.
into the woods alone?
Yeah, it was fine. Nothing bad happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened at the
Nothing.
camping episode.
Even the dog agrees.
Wait, we get the Palace set up, guys.
oh,
Oh, the
glamping
Palace
tent.
Palace!
We
Do
can have
I-
meetings in the Palace.
The bougie
by
ass
the way,
tent.
I should bring up the thing later, right? That's a later thing. That's not a now thing.
Oh, the letter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a later thing.
I could mentally share that information now, but would we want Dakota there for this conversation?
We would want Dakota there for this conversation,
Wonderful.
especially the thing that has the folder that Dakota would know.
Of course. So let us wait.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Sorry,
Do
Dakota.
any of you guys have any idea of a place that might be magically warded? I can only think of one, and that's Frostfeather's office, but I don't think it would be a good idea to break in there. Dakota would know something?
Dakota's
I'll
muted.
ask Dakota later.
Dakota's not here.
I'll ask Dakota when he's out of therapy.
Yeah, I feel like if anyone knew anything about this neighborhood,
Actually,
it'd be Dakota.
especially the larger friend groups, if any of them know magically warded spaces. But
Speaking of
not
which-
any immediate response.
Speaking of which, Do I have permission to cut over to Dakota?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Please hold.
Tommy, you
Yo.
did it. Therapy. It only took 30 sessions.
Cat litter. That's the ad that I'm getting right now. Syriie can never.
The next one you do.
Dakota. You kind of like feel yourself sort of sleepwalking your way through your classes until before you know it, you're at the door to Magnus Hopebringer's office. It's been decked out a little bit to reflect the fact that he's kind of like acting vice principal at the moment. You knock on the door. Ah, Dakota. Come in.
Hi, Oathbringer. Hi. Yeah, okay.
You walk in. It's a cozy little room for someone that's intense and, generally imposing as Hopebringer. A little fireplace with a Shea lounge in front of it. You see, Hopebringer's got this big ass desk that's like teeming with paperwork that he has not gotten to do yet. I hope you'll excuse the mess. Been quite busy since.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sit by all means.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Dakota, I will let you talk first, if you are.
Can I ask a question?
By all means.
So, if I tell you something, do you tell anybody else?
Well, technically, I am a mandated reporter.
Right. Sorry.
That is...
Excluding all themes of, God forbid, self-harm, that is not what I'm here for.
I would hope not.
Nope. And I really don't want to hurt anybody either.
I would hope not, no.
Past few months have been kind of weird for me. I've been thinking about going to college, but I don't know if things are going to work out. My family, they want me to stay. And I get that. I do have a responsibility to this town. As weird as it is.
What responsibility do you have? You are graduating senior. It's only natural that you would want to explore whatever vocations that you would wish to seek outside, whatever they may be, whether they be within Common Heights or beyond.
Did Dakota ever open the letter?
Which one?
The college letter. Like that he got.
Did he?
I don't think he did.
You're talking about the one from the school that he wants to go to, correct?
Yeah.
Can you remind me what school that is?
I think it was Stanford.
Stanford, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he?
I don't think he did. Can Dakota open it?
Yeah, you can. Dated to the morning that you received it. You unfurl the letter. We would like to congratulate you on your acceptance into so on and so forth. A letter commemorating you Dakota for achieving early decision status for the environmental studies program at Stanford.
I got in, but it doesn't even matter.
Dakota, if I may ask, what is it, or applicable, who is it that is keeping you from going?
Well, if we're being general, it's my parents, because they've instilled in me this great responsibility that's lasted throughout my family for generations. But in reality, it's my great grandmother that's keeping me here.
I see. I will not press further details on the specifics, but family tradition, I presume.
Yeah. And I can't explain it, but they're kind of important to this town. But I also don't know why it's important to this town. They're not explaining anything to me, and it's like they haven't even looked into it. They just
Are you certain that
take the responsibility and just live with that?
Are you certain that it has to be yourself?
I wouldn't want my parents to be burdened if I left for too long. If something happened to them, I'd be besides myself, and I don't want anything bad to happen to Comet Heights.
Hopebringer takes his time with this one. Well, first of all, Dakota, thank you for coming to me. This is a very serious matter, and I appreciate the trust that you have exhibited in feeling as though you can talk to somebody about this. I don't imagine your friends know.
No, they don't.
I understand that there might be difficulty in communicating about a matter such as this, especially if it is something that is meant to be covert, something that is meant to be kept a close secret. But I ask out of genuine curiosity, are you absolutely certain that there is no way for you to fulfill this duty without you being, or feeling as though you have to remain here in Comet Heights?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, just the process of getting to where the ritual transpires. My parents showed me. I'd have to be here every night. At least I think.
I see.
I don't know what to do.
Have you tried talking to your parents yourself?
I think it'd be pretty disheartening if their son didn't want to continue their legacy. And that legacy being of such great importance that it might just destroy the whole town, or the West Coast, the United States, the world. I don't know how big the scope of this entire thing is.
Yes, but Dakota, you're only 18. It is nigh impossible for one person to bear that burden alone, much less someone your age.
I've got these tattoos now. That's my family. That's me. I'm mature and responsible enough to do this now. I guess.
But they've decided that for you, haven't they?
I mean, I hate to be dark, but sometime in the future they won't be here anymore.
I understand that. And you don't have immediate family? I understand that this is something that is intrinsically attuned to the Olympuses at large.
I think the rest of my family is dealing with other situations.
Do they just expect you to remain in Comet Heights, produce children of your own, and carry on that legacy? Is that...
I really don't know if it's a legacy as much as it's a curse now, actually.
This is difficult, Dakota. I do not seek to tell you what decision you should make, especially if you believe that it is one bearing the weight that you fear it does. But you haven't decided that at all for yourself, have you? Has it been kept from you, kept out of your hands?
The choice, you mean? Well, I guess I never really asked if I did have one. But my parents, they saw my tattoos. They got excited. If I told them I was going away, I don't know.
I understand that this is a dire situation, but you keep going back to your parents. What they want. Now, I'm sure that they're
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Grainger, we're here for you. With professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop.
I'm sorry that the session is sponsored, Mr. Olympus.
No, it's fine. I don't have Spotify Premium either.
Anyway.
Cut. Sorry.
I fear that your parents are making a grave mistake in imprinting this upon you. I'm sure that they are wonderful people who have taken on a great deal in order to protect this town the way that you feel they do. But they must also understand that you are someone with their whole life ahead of them. And just because they might not have been given that same choice, or maybe they even didn't, maybe they had that choice and they chose to remain either way. I don't quite know where the story would be there. You should not feel as though you cannot at least air your fears. Tell them at the very least what you truly want out of this life. Because the unfortunate thing is most of us only get one of them. What I know about you, Dakota, is that you are a deeply intelligent, kind, strong-hearted student. One of the best the school has to offer, truly. I think your talents would only flourish should you have the opportunity to study at Stanford. And it's a wonderful program. If you have not considered at least beginning the conversation with your parents, if you are seeking resolution, then perhaps you start there. But I understand that's a daunting prospect. It might not hurt to talk to your friends as well. They all care quite a bit about you. And I can imagine that they would not want you to be under the duress that you have been. Especially if you have not felt as though you could speak to them openly about it.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about it because, I don't know,
There's nothing wrong with wanting to act upon your own behalf, Dakota.
But I'm not allowed to talk about this.
Says who?
Says my parents. I can't just... This has been the family secret for years, generations. If something like this was public knowledge, there would be studies, scientific papers. There's nothing. It's behind closed doors at the top of a mountain. I can't describe more of where it is because that is telling too much. But it's...
But none of that...
I can tell there's a reason that it was kept secret.
But none of that changes the fact that you are more than an Olympus. Yes, it is a gift. And if it isn't, I will not deny whether or not it is an honor. But you are not just an Olympus, you are Dakota. You are not just a son, you are a student. And you should not be made to feel as though you cannot decide the path that you wish to embark upon. I believe you when you say that this is a great burden. But I also believe that your parents love you, that they care about you. And they would want you to be happy. I understand you are afraid, but whatever is to come from at least talking to them, it's always going to be better than if you continue to suffer in silence, because you don't owe that to yourself.
Right.
You just don't.
Dakota looks over at the letter, still kind of crumpled in their hands, folds it up nice, puts it away in his pocket. Thanks, Hopebringer. I'll talk to my parents, and I'll tell you how it goes.
Please do, and please know that it does not matter what time of the day it is. If I'm here, then this office is yours to inhabit.
Thanks, Hopebringer.
And for what it's worth, while I am happy to continue providing the counseling that I do, I don't think it would hurt to find a real therapist beyond the school when you can.
Yeah.
As licensed as I may be, I also understand that I am in a particular position. You understand?
Well, I'm not going to be in high school forever, so...
Right.
Yeah. Thanks again, Hopebringer.
Dakota, you have a very altruistic disposition. I can tell you're used to giving back to others so often. I've heard the stories. I've seen you out there. You're a good kid.
What?
But
remind me, what have you seen exactly?
You're a good friend. I've seen you fighting out there with your friends. I see who you're keeping an eye on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. But it wouldn't hurt to keep an eye out for yourself sometime. It does not make you selfish. It does not make you greedy. And it certainly does not make you worse. You owe yourself kindness just as much as that you owe other people. You owe yourself grace just as much. You deserve better than to withhold that from yourself.
You're right. You're right, Hopebringer. It'd be nice. It'd be really, really nice. But I don't think I'm quite out of the woods yet. I think I'm gonna have to bear it just a little bit longer. You remember last winter solstice? Solstice.
I'm familiar. Yes, it was quite a bit to handle. Yes.
Dakota begins to get up. You should just stock up on food and stuff before then. I hear it's gonna be another storm.
Well, then take care of yourself.
You too. You too. Okay. Waddle, 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 waddle.
You
opens door back up again. Hey, do you know what's for lunch?
Cream of corn, I think.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
As the sad music is continuing.
Returns to Charlie Brown walking down the hallway.
Christ. Well, I would like to give you inspiration for that, because that was wonderful.
Yippee!
Alright, so I am... Oh. Shit, did I kill him? Damn it, not again. Great. Okay.
Sorry.
Breaking character for just a second. How's everyone doing? Yeah. Cool. I have a few more things that I kind of wanted to do for this session, but how much longer would we like to go? Because we can definitely continue off from there. Like, we do not have to get everything done tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but I have early class tomorrow.
No, yeah, absolutely. Please advocate for yourself. Genuinely. I have one more really important beat that I would like to hit. We can do that now if we would like. Before that, though, I would like to open the floor once more for you guys. And I will let you know that this will be the last time that you will be able to do this specifically at the school setting. Is there anything that you guys would like to do? Aidan, you first.
So that conversation reminded me of something. Pallas has also been applying to schools and has assumingly gotten answers in that time. Would I have gotten like an email or anything like that?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we haven't really talked about
Pallas
specific...
would have checked.
Yeah.
Pallas would have returned back on the mortal plane and went, "Great, my friends are okay. My mom's probably evil." Yale.
You've heard back from like a couple of other schools. Yale has been a little silent, I will say.
What have I gotten into?
Hmm?
I was ED for Yale.
Yeah. Nothing on Yale just yet. Heard back from a couple of other schools. Most of them are yeses.
I don't care about Harvard. I want Yale.
Yeah.
Carnegie, what? Ew, gross. Penn, ugh.
NYU said no.
Okay, liberals, I don't care. I don't care about the woke left.
Yeah, well,
the Philly City should burn.
Jesus. Anyway, no word on Yale. I will say.
Interesting.
But you haven't heard about any other word for other people who might have like been applying for Yale. Like no word on other people as far as Yale goes.
Okay, good to know. Thank you for confirming that. That's not the main thing.
Yeah, of course. As far as in-school activities or people that you would like to catch at school, you got anything that you would like to do?
I've got to talk to Emerine, but I don't think that has to be in school.
That's fair, yeah. Great. Then, in that case, please hold. You guys make it through the rest of your day. Everyone goes back to their classes, makes it through them if nothing else. It depends on how present you guys actually are. For the most part, the rest of the day kind of goes by without incident. Pallas, you breeze your way through the rest of your classes, keeping Yell on the mind, but at the very least staying present enough where you're, keeping track of what you need to catch up on now that you're, back in the swing of things. Syriie, Roselle, Dakota, Holly, I almost said Lake because your name. Lake, Rosenberg in real life. You all, to some extent, make your way through. As the bell rings, people start going their separate ways. Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about as a group before y'all head off in your separate ways?
Hey guys.
Hey, Dakota.
I just hi. Yeah, I just talked with Hopebringer. That was pretty cool.
It went
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Yeah. It went pretty well. I opened my college letter from Stanford. I got into Stanford.
Congratulations.
Oh my god, Dakota, that's fantastic.
It's incredible.
Thanks, guys. It was unsure if I was gonna get in, but I
don't think it was unsure.
Thanks, guys.
Listen, if I could get into CHU, then you can do whatever you want. Like, the miracle's already happened.
Yeah, do whatever I want. I just I wanted to talk to you guys about something because it's been weighing on my mind for just a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed that I kind of got these. It's kind of related to that a little bit, ever so slightly. Kind of the main reason why I have these. And I haven't really invited you guys over to my house recently or hung out in the evenings recently, or I don't know. Just a lot of, I guess, family stuff. Can we talk in like a less crowded place? Actually, is that cool? Okay,
Absolutely.
I know a great corner.
We're doing pizza time tonight. Yeah, we can talk then if you want.
Okay,
This feels a bit more pressing.
Are you okay, Dakota?
I am filled with strange adrenaline at the moment. I don't know where it's coming from.
I think it's because fight Syriie again.
Yeah, let's do that.
No.
Okay, yeah, probably not a good idea. We don't have time for that.
I think when emotions...
pizza time will take place at a mystery location. Come to the ski lodge tonight.
So,
yeah.
Not a mystery location.
Ski lodge, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It will be at the ski lodge tonight. You guys just meet me there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, we can do that.
Yeah, and if there's anything else, if there's anything that we can do in the meantime, just let us know, okay?
Yeah.
I'm really thrown. I've never seen Dakota make this face.
Would you like a calm emotions or? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Do you need a ride home, pal?
I can walk.
I mean,
I was asking Pallas, but do you need a ride?
Didn't
you drive? Wait, no.
Dakota turns around.
I'll take a ride.
Dakota, we should give him some space. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, we can. I'll drive you home.
Sounds good.
Wait, Dakota runs back. Wait, guys, wait! The files. I forgot about the files. I'm sorry, so much happened at lunchtime. What'd you guys find?
Oh.
You have
this another
shit.
pizza time conversation?
Yeah.
Right. Maybe not here. Not here.
Pizza time conversation. Sorry, but you guys
Not
have
supposed
them,
to talk about
right?
stolen documents in the middle of the
Yeah, you're right.
Listening.
I'm just making sure that
Ori walks past you guys.
again.
You have to stop doing that. Come on.
It's not like
we gotta stop meeting.
Okay,
Like this.
don't act like you're surprised this is happening.
You're talking so loud.
We're not talking that loud. You're listening too hard.
Anyways, guys.
Jesus! or he like backs up, like walks away.
Sorry, Ori. I'm really sorry. Okay. Yeah, pizza time. Let's do that. And I just, wanted to make sure it didn't get stolen in the last second that I wasn't looking or whatever, because that would suck. Okay, pizza time. Pizza time, pizza time. Dakota turns around, mumbles pizza time, and keeps walking.
Psychotic. Ezra kind of.
Carl, or does he just keep walking?
He needs some time to cool down, maybe.
I think he needs therapy from the therapy.
Heard it's often a common experience.
Yeah. I'll call him later just to make sure that he's okay.
Dakota confronted a lot of things very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need your space.
Yeah. Well, ski lift?
Ski lift.
Ski lift, yeah. Well, we'll see you guys later. Ski lift still? Is that the plan?
I guess.
Yeah, okay. See you guys. Pallas, you head off with Ezra. Syriie, Roselle, Holly, you guys kind of go off your separate ways eventually. I will say, Holly, at a certain point while you're like headed to the ski lift, you turn around and you see Pascal. You see they kind of like point at you, like gesture towards the lift itself, as if to like. You see, Lav is next to them. They were coming out of the school. You could see that they were talking as they were walking. Pascal gestures you to hold on for a second as you see that they're kind of continuing a conversation. They sort of sit down on the front seat of the school for a bit. Give me an insight check real quick.
Oh, I'm gonna fail it so hard. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna fail this so hard. Insight.
You're reminded of how much Syriie hates you.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay, you're not really. It's kind of there's a lot going on in the outside the school right now, but you do see a sort of softness between Pascal and Lav. You almost see like Lav is crying a little, but it doesn't seem like a confrontation type of tears.
I think I know. I think I can. I don't think Holly can guess what's happening, but I think I'm guessing what's happening.
At a certain point, you see Lav throw her arms around Pascal, hug them. As Roselle and Syriie, I think you guys are still here as well. You pick up on this as well. At a certain point, Pascal gets Lav back on her feet and gestures over to the three of them. The two of them walk over. You guys want to head out, or?
Yeah.
As you guys see, Lav goes, I feel like I need a cigarette after today. Oh my god, class sucked, right? As the Roselle.
Please don't smoke. Please don't smoke.
You hate my whimsy. As Roselle, Lav walks over to the left with Roselle and Syriie. Pascal lingers a little bit back with you, Holly. I think we're okay. You're a really good friend. You've been a really good friend to her.
You know what I said? Wait, did I say anything about hamburgers? Did I say that?
That was Enix.
Oh, I didn't. I said that to Enix, not to Pascal.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
What just happened there? Okay, anyway.
Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. I didn't say anything.
Pascal looking after, like watching as the three of them are Syriie, Roselle, Lav are walking away together. Thank you for being there for her. I think she's needed it.
I wouldn't have done anything different.
Yeah.
Which is very special. Oh, wait, what pronouns did
She told me.
Okay, so then I can drop that. Okay.
So just to be clear, not everyone knows, right? Because
Yeah.
that was kind of... She mentioned you and Enix, and that's about it.
That's why they've been sort of hanging out a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually.
Also, they are like they're like surprisingly similar in like different ways. It's weird. It's kind of complicated.
Yeah, I mean...
But yeah, no, I mean...
Yeah, I can see it. Enix kind of adopted her at the end of the day. She told me. So.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Makes
She
a lot
was
more
so
sense.
nervous to talk to you, and I was like, you use they them pronouns. Like,
I get it.
I'm not...
Honestly.
I didn't get what was...
I think when you're looked at a very specific way for a very long time, that, like, you almost don't want to disappoint people, you know?
No. That was not at all meant in a criticizing way.
No, it's fine. We're going to miss the lift. We should go.
Yes, we should go.
As you guys head off to join Roselle and Syriie, we're going to end things off with Dakota. What is going through your head right now as you're making your way, like, to this fuck-ass parking spot halfway across the school?
Okay, gonna talk to my parents, and then I'm gonna wait for them to be done at the ski lodge, and then call everyone over for pizza time. I hope everyone's okay with a bit of a flexible schedule. How long does the lift take? Does it take an hour? Do I have to compensate for the hour?
I think the canon is 20 minutes going one way.
Okay. Canon, 20 minutes. I love canon. Canon is great. Compensate for the 20 minutes that it takes to go up and down, the times that they usually take. Okay, does Dakota know, like, when they usually go?
DM is scared. As you're rotating all this information in your head, trying to make sense of everything that you're feeling, everything that you're thinking. You reach your car. You're the last person. Not a lot of people drive, so the lot is more or less empty. A good, like, 5-minute walk away from campus, so you're more or less alone. As you unlock your car. Give me a perception check.
There's a car bomb. My car just got bombed, guys.
Imagine.
Twist the door handle. Here's a slight click. You now get the opportunity to make a text save. What?
Imagine.
I love delayed fireball.
After
horror movie.
After all the political bullshit that happened with Pallas, it's Dakota who almost gets assassinated.
Be awesome.
Now we get creepy car checks. That's fun.
Yes.
You thought I was going to stop doing them after Pallas?
They're so great. They're awesome. I got a 17. Oh, yeah, 17 on my perception.
17. You see it for sure this time. Something is in the woods. Again, your eyes don't linger long enough for you to catch what it is, but it's the same feeling you had this morning. Something just ducked back into the trees, trying to keep out of your sight.
Hey! Hey!
Dakota's gonna get in the car.
As you open your door and you start to get back in, a voice snaps you to attention. But don't go anywhere just yet. You stand to attention, turn around, and the gaze that you meet is of a deep pink. Hello, Dakota. I think we need to have a talk about my little brother. And that is where we are going to end session for tonight.
Holy shit!
I told you we are at
It's
fucking
happening.
endgame.
It's
we are,
happening.
we are at. There's so much happening. Oh,
Tommy, you've
deep
done
breaths,
this
everyone.
perfect. Tommy, you've made this. It's perfect, Tommy. It's perfect. Initiative starts. I pick up the car.
No!
Oh my god.
Tommy, it's perfect,
Reversal.
Tommy. You did it. You did it.
There's a spider!
No, imagine Dakota texting the group chat after and being like, Aiden, I hit
How
your
much
sister with my
damage?
car. And I go, oh, you hit her when you were driving? And you went, no, I picked up my car and I bludgeoned her.
How much damage does a fallen car do?
7.
POV, you're Cecilia, and you just jump scare
Spider!
Dakota. POV, you're Cecilia, and you just jump scare Dakota.
God damn it.
Holy shit. This is awesome. This is awesome.
We are going to end the recording here.